you been?
Good.
Confused on the athletes today.
I got numbers. You good?
I kind of know who everybody is anyway. Sort of. No, you don't.
I mean, close to I can ask. Yeah.
You guys can communicate.
Yeah. Here, you put my arm up here around you like we're girlfriend. Have they started? Y'all started your mics yet? Yep. Yeah. Yep.
I think we're live. It takes a second to load up. Hey, Logan.
So I need this one.
No, yours is this one.
Okay.
We good to go? Good to go?
Let's pull the broadcast. We are live at Hit Beefs Round 1. We're excited to get started here. Israel, what are we thinking tonight?
I don't know. We've got a lot of pit, a lot of dudes, and a lot of beef. So let's see how this shakes up and who ends up on top here.
All right, our competitors are still getting warmed up. We're looking to get started here soon. We got a packed house, a little overstimulated, a little on edge. I may or may not have a tall boy in front of me take said edge off. So people at home, I'm sorry if I get a little rowdy. I get rowdy when I see a bunch of dudes touch each other. All right, so first round. We got Trent Mahoney, newly made MMA fighter, just made his MMA debut. Also D2 All-American wrestler going against Joseph Watson of Memento Combat Sports. Joseph, a little bit of a unknown. A little bit dark horse, but he's got a lot of big wins. He's made it to ACC Day 2. He's got wins over guys like Tyson Rita. Israel, what do you think about this first round matchup so far?
This is going to be just electric. I'm excited to see, there's quite a big size difference here between Joseph Watson and Trent Mahoney, but we'll just see how that plays out in the pit because things are a lot different.
Are we still echoing?
Okay.
We'll stay as far away. We're still trying to get these equipment issues figured out, ladies and gentlemen.
While we're getting started here, let's shout out a couple of our sponsors today. So we are sponsored by Iron Jiu-Jitsu, American-made gear for your humble grapplers.
They got a lot of good stuff there, guys. Maybe you don't have the money to spend on a little black. You don't have the money to spend on a show your roll. Some nice quality equipment that's not Santa or Elite Sports. Iron is the way to go. They got some amazing shorts, arguably in my opinion, the best grappling shorts in the game. So go visit Iron Jiu-Jitsu. Feel free to use code Crystal 10 to get 10% off. We've also got
Peddler. Now, this place has locations all over the area. We've got Bristol, Abingdon, Kingsport, Johnson City.
You said there's something wrong with my mic. There's something wrong with my mic.
Who's saying that?
You guys can share my hook.
Is this one working? This one's working. Okay.
We'll share.
Should we turn this one off?
Okay, yeah, that one's okay.
Thanks for bearing with us here as we figure this out.
Hey, Kai, turn that mic off. We're figuring it out. Did we finish the blended peddler ad, Israel?
We did not.
Okay.
So going back to a little bit of what you can expect there, you can find grapplers' favorite food, acai.
Not the kind you inject into yourself either.
Yeah, this one is more of an oral injection and quite tasty from what I hear. They've also got a wide selection of breakfast toasts, and I've heard talk of new locations opening up soon. So definitely reach out, get in contact with them.
Hey Nate, how's the live stream? Is it
Audio and video.
Okay. Hey Logan said audio's good, video's frozen.
I can see it on my screen.
Dan's still standing over there. What's the bit rate?
We've switched to one mic. Let us know if that is helping out a little bit here.
Take a look at the camera.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but it's probably good.
It's fine on there. And it looks like he's...
Is it OBS or YouTube?
OBS is fine.
the bit rate stream.
There we go.
There we go. We're good.
All right.
All
We're rocking with it.
Are we going to get our first match underway here soon?
You can keep that pulled up just so we can see it. Yeah, first match, Trent Mahoney versus Joseph Watson. Hopefully all goes well.
Advertise that.
I have in front of me a wonderful 2 dudes, 1 pit Beefs camo hat. And man, this thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, we got custom leatherwork on the hats. I don't really know what goes into making this, but it looks amazing. I'm not a big hat wearer, but our ref sure is going to be a big hat wearer. Maybe not. I don't know what Crockett's feeling today. He's feeling the hat. He's feeling the hat. We are about to get underway once everything is good to go.
Yeah.
All right, Baby Joe, Trent Mahoney.
It's
Let's
A.
go.
It's still echoing. It's still echoing. Just take it away.
Hey, go, enter over that way. Stairs.
Okay.
Anywhere they can.
Up to the pit. We got 15th seed, Joseph Watson. Now, these seedings may not be totally accurate, just because I did it by looks and looks alone. And it may not be very fair, told Baby Joe here. I think he's actually kind of a handsome man.
But remember, this isn't looks based off of our personal opinions.
based
This
on
is
AI.
actually AI. So, all right, we are just about ready to get things underway here at the inaugural Pit Beefs.
All right. You on time to load? All right, we got 3. Ready to go. All right, round 1 underway. Joseph Watson versus Trent Mahoney. Let's see what the gamut's gonna be like. Is Joseph Watson gonna pull guard against this All-American wrestler? We'll see. There's quite a bit of a size difference between the two. We got
Staying
one man
standing for now.
Staying standing. I like the look that Joseph Watson getting. He's trying to work some new skills, perhaps. But Trent Mahoney, he's been here for a long time. He's been here since birth. Okay, so we're looking here.
Head to
still
head,
hand fighting.
fighting
We got,
for that head
oh,
position.
nice. Nice. We got a little snatch single action. Trent's a wild card. He's not afraid to jump around, do some crazy things.
Super
But Joe,
funky.
but Joe is
and on a double.
strong- and on a double. We got a front headlock action here. We got a front headlock scenario. Joseph Watson with a chin strap pinned against the pit wall. It looks tight. Nope. He's going to let go of it. We're going
Now
into
to a
closed
closed
guard
guard.
here, but he's on the pit wall. Might make it a little bit difficult to get any sort of misalignment going. We're going to see triangle threat. Trent Mahoney diving over. Trent Mahoney diving over. We'll see what we can make happen with this. Great first match so far. A lot of action in the first.
I don't know
minute
how
of this.
worried Joseph Watson seems. He seems to kind of not really worried about that head
He seems
position
calm here. He seems calm in the
Trying
leg
to get on the
entanglement.
leg, yep.
He's in this Ashi 1 entanglement here. He's got the shin pinned on the hips. Gonna make it hard for Trent to heist up. We might look at an Achilles lock here, or he might transfer to outside Ashi. Trent locking his legs together. Odd configuration here. We'll see what ends up happening in this position. This is one of Joe's fortes here, is these leg locks. And
Nobody's in any real danger here
not yet,
but he's
separating
separating the legs.
Separating the feet. Okay, we
Bring
have
it to the
we
middle.
have an inside outside option. You can't really tell. We have a cross. Oh, nice
it.
first round finish from Joseph Watson.
Trent definitely he's making a smart play
1
there.
minute 42. We have a submission with Joseph Watson against the always game Trent Mahoney, flying around, being crazy. We love Trent around here. We love Baby Joe. First round is completed. Joseph Watson moves on to I guess the semifinals it would be. I don't have my pen, but I'll just keep it in my head. Next round, we have Zach Martin versus Hamdul. How do you say his name?
I believe it was Hadufa or Haduya. I think we're just going to say it differently every single time throughout this broadcast.
I'm a little
bit upset by that, but we just
Whoa,
can't figure it
people,
out.
look at what we got here in the pit. Cut off sleeves in the pit. I've never seen such a thing. How do you say his name? Hadafa. There he is. I'm a little perplexed at what we have here of these. Yes, we are ready to go. Zach Martin showing the beef, showing the forearms. They call him Popeye where he's from. Popeye because the forearms. Look at the forearms on the left. Look
immediately
at
into
the
this stuff.
triceps. Look at the delts. Okay, he wanted to show them off, maybe getting his opponent's head a little bit. A little nice arm drag, but we got an underhook here. Underhook battle, pushing him to the wall. Pushing him to the wall. Good thing we reinforced it last night. Good thing we reinforced it last night to see what's going on. We got chin strap. Got a nice chin strap. Fighting the hands. Fighting the hands. Zach's got a dangerous front headlock. Dangerous front headlock from Zach. That's tight. That is tight. He's pulling the chin out. Nice. Good submission from Zach Martin. Again, these Memento boys are coming out here. They ain't coming out here to play. They coming out here to beef. They ain't coming out here to play. They out here to beef. I'm getting amped up. I'm getting amped up from Zach Martin right now. The cutoff definitely helps. Damian and Bryce. Damian and Bryce land. Oh, they're already here.
Now this is an exciting match. Both of these guys, you know, well-respected competitors. I believe they've also competed since an early age.
Yes,
so this is a lot of years on the mat right now.
You know, for the longest time, I thought Bryce was a perpetual blue belt because he was a blue belt for a long time. I actually competed in a blue belt tournament with Bryce. Perhaps he is upgraded to purple.
Let's get started here.
We have a level black man here. Damien with the level black. You always got to be a little,
live up to that.
little timid when you're going against a level black guy. But we're going to see.
Starting on the feet here with
entering the hand fight. We got mutual hand grips here. Oh, little Imanari roll.
A little bit of
good
a
defense
head strike
from
there as
Damien.
well.
Keeping the legs back. Let's see what the guard play is going to be. Let's see what the guard action is going to be here. Good 2-on-1 grips from Bryce. Pulling into a De La Hiva. He's looking to invert. I know he wants the legs here. I know he wants the legs, but Damien's going to do a good job keeping the legs away.
That arm inside, keeping that leg away.
Okay, we have a K-guard entry. Good K-guard entry here. Heel exposure. Heel exposure. We have heel exposure. Nice. Early
quick
finish
one for Bryce Lamb.
from Bryce Lamb against Damien Cruz. Damien Cruz, game opponent. Game opponent had a good strategy keeping the legs away, but Bryce Lamb's entanglements were just a little too quick there.
We are flying through
Match
these
four, we are
matches.
flying through
Lots
these.
of excitement.
Yep. We will be keeping track of whose submission of the night is. They will be getting a cash prize bonus. Next up, we got Jack Jones and Jacob Johnson. Jack Jones, Jacob Johnson. Now, Jack is a little bit of an enigma here. Never knew much about him. Came, started training at the gym, said, "Throw me in there, coach." I said, "You know what, man? You got the look for it. You got the beard. You got the tattoos. I think you need to be in here, Jack." And so we're gonna see Jack trained down at Knoxville Martial Arts Academy. I've been down there a couple times. They've got some great people. That's where OSP originally trained in. Jack Jones under Eric Turner. Let's see how it works out in his favor.
Let's get started.
All right,
here.
we're starting here on the feet. Let's see what the hand fight's looking like. Jack's great wrestler. Very good slide bys, very good Russian. Slipping a little bit. He's all good.
Look a little bit like a foot sweep there, Tim.
Maybe a banana peel. Maybe a banana peel. Nice misdirection with the collar ties.
You know, it changes the stand up a lot being in the pit here. You know,
Yes,
you can push people around.
Yeah,
you get a little more off of your reactions here. Oh, in on this front headlock
I like this
position
front
here.
headlock position. He's got to angle him towards the pit. We'll see if he uses the pit to his advantage to take away the base of Jacob Johnson. Jacob looks like a game opponent on the feet. He's not afraid.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to stand with Jack.
Keep going for that slide by. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, to
Hey,
the
we
back.
got rear body lock. This is one of Jack's best positions, though. He's got a lot of time. He's got a lot of time in this position. Good reversal,
Single hook
over
in.
back grip. Now you see Jacob here should let go. There we go. He should let go of that body lock, start playing open guard. Now since Jack has just reversed the mat return.
Oh, digging that underhook.
Okay, let's see what we can
Let's
make
see,
work
he's still
here.
got the leg lock. Ooh,
Okay,
he's got a little bit of that
bear trap.
Bear trap there.
I like the bear trap. You don't see
Going
too
into
much
that
of this.
secondary leg there.
Secondary
Nice.
leg.
That was a beautiful
I like
transition.
This. Let's see. Nice. Jack clears the knee line. A little bit of a scary look there for Jack.
Yeah.
Don't really see too many bear traps nowadays, but I'm very impressed with Jacob Johnson and his guard play here.
Ooh, trying to
floating
step
over top.
Ooh, and right back into the
a
leg.
leg entanglement. Jacob Johnson.
Knee line's
in on
clear
it.
though.
Knee
He's
line's
kind
clear,
of
but
got
he's
that bear trap.
He's got the calf slice, so
Looking for
that's
the calf
tight.
slice
That could be tight. That could be tight.
Jacob Johnson,
Let's see,
he needs to reinforce a little
Okay,
bit.
we're
Oh,
good. Okay, we should be good here.
still
Jack
got a little bit
frees
of
the
that
leg.
bear trap there.
Yeah, still-
Keeping him from moving a little bit as much as he wanted.
Really liking what Jacob's doing here with this bear trap. This is something we don't see too often, but look how he's controlling secondary leg. Switches
Trying to
to
get
inside
to
saddle, switches to saddle, but Jack countering back with a calf slicer attempt of his own. His arm is a
His
little
hand's not
shallow.
all the way through
Arm's
there.
a little shallow.
Little shallow there.
But it looks like Jacob's a little worried about it. So we're gonna see. We got a leg lock. Not a leg lock shootout that I thought was gonna be there. We got a heel hook shootout. We got a calf slice versus heel hook. Let's see if he passes the leg across. passes the leg cross. We still have a calf slicer attempt from Jack Jones here, but now we are in single leg X. Let's see it. He's got a boot on. He's got the boot.
Slicer,
Can he
heel
catch the
hook
heel?
here.
Oh,
And the calf
finishes
slicer
the
makes it
calf
happen.
slicer. Jack Jones in deep waters finds the submission.
That's
with a
very
calf,
impressive.
With a,
Yeah,
we
that's
saw
more
bear
of a
traps?
rare one.
Yeah.
Saw some bear traps, calf slicers. That match had everything.
That was a bang. We got banger after banger, and they're moving quick today. Next we have Joseph Snyder versus Liam Brown up next.
This match is, you know, it's a wonder with all of the randomization of this bracket that we still get the 2 smallest guys facing off round 1. So I think it's just a little bit cool, you know, that we're able to get that going in that way.
Oh yeah, this is shaping up to be a fantastic tournament. We're having a lot of fast submissions so far, and that's what we want to see. The people want submissions. They don't want people just touching each other, right? We have Joseph Snyder and Liam Brown. Joseph Snyder and Liam Brown. Liam Brown in the pit.
Liam Brown with, oh man, he's got the rash guard for this right here.
Okay.
Just keep jiu-jitsu gay,
I like
tank top.
Liam's
this.
get up here.
We got heavy-handed versus keep jiu-jitsu gay.
We know exactly what Liam's trying to do. Liam is going to try to oil check.
Oh yeah,
Keep
absolutely.
the shirt in mind, people. You can tell a lot of a man based on what he wears. I can tell Joseph Snyder is a wrestler just by the fact that he's got. So he's back in the pit. I like that.
I think
the
it looks
play.
like he's maybe thinking about some sort of flying
Oh,
sub there.
wow!
Man, lots
I
of-
love what Joseph Snyder's
Man.
doing out here. Joseph said, "We got a pit. We're going to use it. The guy spent a lot of money on this. I want to use it to my advantage."
Yeah, a lot of people maybe a little timid going up against the pit, but he's looking to make that be his advantage. You know,
Yes.
looking to threaten those subs off of the pit, making it a little bit scarier to maybe push your opponent up there.
And it's going to make snap downs easier. It's going to make flying submissions easier. Maybe Joseph's on a new meta that a lot of us aren't on.
Yeah,
Maybe
a
he's
little bit of a
tagging
double-edged
something.
sword there.
Pulls close guard so she can do a key master. K guard sweep. Okay, back to neutral.
Back to the feet here for these men.
Mercy grips. Let's see who can win the hand fight.
Being real mean with the heads here.
Yep. We got mutual call tries. Slide by action into the pit. Into the pit. I can't see the action. I can't see it, but I can feel it. I can't see it, but I can feel it, ladies and gentlemen. We got Joseph on
to
the
the
back. We got Joseph on the back. Let's see what's going to work from here. He's
Hand
on the
fighting
pit.
here.
It's going to be hard for rotational escapes for Liam here. Let's see if Joseph can get that second hook. He's got a cross body ride here. Let's see. Okay, Liam's
Trying to turn in. He needs to be a little
Okay.
careful here. He's really trying to escape the position, which
Yes.
oftentimes you can give your neck up a little bit there as well.
Okay,
Oh, and you're
okay.
back.
Good
Nice,
escape
clean
from Liam.
escape.
Oh, flying into the close guard. A little dangerous on the knees. I like the action.
Yeah.
People here are loving the action. This is exactly what we wanted at Pit Beast. We don't want stall fest. We want people who are going to scrap. All right, and these people, they're not very well known. And they're trying to make their name known by being exciting grapplers who everyone wants to
Liam
watch.
manages, pushes up to the pit, forces the pull out of Mini Money.
Okay, we have K-guard entry here, double pull. Let's see what kind of entanglements we're looking at here if one person is going to elect to come up into top position. Joseph Snyder does.
In on a leg is Liam Brown. It's really hard to leg lock these guys. They've got not a lot of limb to work with.
Good pop there. Good pop in the knee. It's always healthy.
It's always dangerous trying to work in with those small guys. You know, they can turn that position around in a minute.
Yeah, those knee lines aren't gonna stay in there very long. So Joseph Snyder took the win there. Quick heel catch there from Joseph Snyder. Moving on into the next round. Next up, let's see.
Oh, yeah, Venicius here. Yeah.
All right, next up we have Garrett, Wilt, and Venicius.
Now, Venicius
Bigger
is...
boys. Take a look at the man coming in the ring. God almighty, that's a big old boy. And
This is maybe we have yet to see Silva in here, but this might be one of our biggest competitors in this
I
tournament
think
right
Garrett's probably got the most amount of beef that I've seen on the man. And we have to take into account no shirt. Not just for the viewership, but for lack of grips from the opponent.
That's
There's a
always
power
something.
play going on here.
Hey, he's still smaller than me, though.
Still smaller than one of our judges, but slightly more handsome. So
Now, Vinny is kind of a last-second replacement for us here.
Kinda.
We're very
he
thankful for
replaced
him.
last minute.
Yeah.
We had someone pull out because they got an ankle injury. Venicius said, "Throw me in there. I want to get a shot at that money bag."
Yeah, right over here, the staircase. Yep.
Waiting on Venicius to get in the pit. He's a little bit late. Hopefully he got a warm-up in because he better be warm.
You know, while we're waiting here, let's talk about Ready Golf. So this is a little bit of a new thing. It's not open yet, but this is coming to the area. It's going to be a virtual training place that you can get a lot of work in with golf. You know, maybe a great spot to hang out with clients. You know, just something to do.
I'm not in the tax bracket for golf, but I think people like it. So yeah, Ready Golf.
Let's get back
ready
to
for some action.
Let's get back to this match.
I love the rash guards that pull and guard immediately. Venicius pulling guard immediately. Let's get the camera on the action. With Garrett in top position, it's a big boy to have on top of you, but I think Venicius knows exactly what he wants from this guard position, but he's up against the pit. It's gonna make mobility a little bit hard here. We got a bear hug coming in. But Venicius, great butterfly guard, keeping good frames, but the hands of Garrett are locked, and he's able to post on the wall, close guard. Okay, let's see what Venicius is looking for here. I don't know much about him, besides the fact that he's very handsome, has a great rash guard kit.
I think if he'd been in the bracket sooner, he would have been seated a lot higher.
Probably, okay, we have a little clamp action here. He's looking to probably go triangle omoplata. Don't see many of these in no-gi. Let's see what we can make work out of this. Venicius posting on the wall to make sure he keeps this lock.
Very interesting.
Nice triangle setup from Venicius. Let's see if he switches to the arm bar. Big guy to triangle. Not too big to arm bar. Let's see if he switches off to the submission. I think Garrett's a little
cuts that angle
here.
a little more. Maybe cuts that shoulder out with those bigger guys. I think that might.
We'll
that might
see,
be the
but
secret here.
again, Garrett's got that elbow wedged in the hip. It's going to make that off at that.
There he goes, trying to change that angle. He postured up as soon as he felt those legs unlock.
Yep, smart move from Garrett. I think he's safe here. He's got his elbow on the far hip.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too worried about it. He's got that arm like on the far hip, keeping him safe here.
Yep, putting him against the pit wall. Let's see, nice escape from Garrett. Immediately into guard pass, Venicius flexible guard. Let's see what
Stapling the legs together, looking to smash this here.
I hear from the stands a Portuguese coach, so we already have fantastic athletes here. I'm afraid. I don't know what he's saying, but he's obviously saying something that works. You guys may be able to hear it. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we can work, Venicius. I don't speak Portuguese, but I do speak jiu-jitsu, and I'm seeing some great jiu-jitsu right here within the pit.
Seeing a little bit of a stall in the action here.
Yeah, Garrett.
Both athletes kind of trying to figure stuff out. I think Garrett
might be a little timid.
Maybe a little timid here.
Maybe a little timid to walk into the guard, the dangerous guard of Venicius.
He's already gotten caught in that triangle. Maybe he's feeling a little more anxious to approach this guard.
And every round so far has been quick finishes, but we got to remember, 3-minute rounds. So Garrett could be biding his time, maybe trying to gas out the legs of Venicius.
Vinny again with that
make it to the third round. Same old plata setup for Venicius. Again, Garrett posturing out.
Garrett wise.
Going for a toe hold. Diving, toe hold. Oh, he's tapping.
And tap.
Yep. Good toe hold attempt. Something you weren't expecting.
You don't see that a lot.
Here.
Jumping back on that leg, past the guard.
And you know, with a flexible guy, sometimes you got to just go for the toe hold. Winner is Garrett Wilt. Progressing on to the next round. All right. Next round, we have a barn burner approaching. I have been having nightmares of this match, ladies and gentlemen. I have been afraid of this matchup for some time, and it's the matchup that I think everyone in this area wanted to see. I know Joao wanted this match. I know Isaac wanted this match. We have Isaac Peak versus Joao Paulo. We're going to see exactly what goes on. We have Joao in, Isaac in. They expect the barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the pit can withstand these two bulls.
If there was a match that could break the pit, this might be it. So I'm just so pumped to see these guys out here.
The offense is stupendous, the defense dependable. I want to see what these men can get going in this pit. I'm interested to see. Joao, quite bigger than I thought he was going to be. A lot of weight there. I love the rash guard set. He got a fresh cut just for pit beats. I like that. He's looking good. He's looking handsome. And let's see Isaac Peak stepping into the ring. Isaac Peak, this is the round that everyone wanted to see. This is probably the greatest first round in Jiu-Jitsu grappling history, and you're witnessing it on Pit Beefs 1 here at Bristol Jiu-Jitsu. Let's run it.
The energy in here is electric. I mean, as soon as these people stepped in, we just heard a lot of cheers.
Low stances. Isaac, oh, I like that. It's going to get chippy in here. We're going to see who gets angry first. I like it. They're going to get in each other's head. They're going to push. They're going to pull. They're going to be mean about it, and I love it. These athletes love being mean. They love being in the fire. They love the smoke, and they want all of it.
Hey, shooting spot, let's go.
Man, in those
Joao heavy on the hands there. Knows what it takes. Isaac, not a stranger to wars. Not a stranger to fighting hard. Isaac not very well known in the grappling circuit, but he's looking to make his name known here against Joao Paulo, a game opponent. Yeah, we got chippy attacks here. Chippy attacks.
Joao looking for those arm drags, collar ties heavy from both.
This is a mental game. This is mental warfare right here. They're trying to see who is going to win the hand fight enough to make the opponent frustrated. He who gets frustrated first loses first. Can Joao keep his cool? Can Isaac keep his cool? Can they find the path to victory in the midst of all of these collar ties? That's going to be the main battle here on the feet.
It's going to be interesting to see how all this heavy grip fighting is affecting the stamina of these guys. I mean, I know both of these guys have the gas tank to pull out some big matches, but just with so much back and forth, heavy collar ties, such aggression, we're going to see, and I think this is really going to test both these athletes.
These are two men who probably were bulls back in the past. I got a first stalling warning. First stalling warning. Remember, 3 stalling calls is going to be 1 point taken off of the board. 1 point taken off the board, but that's the first stalling call.
And that is for both athletes.
That is for both athletes. We're looking to see who's going to make an initial attack first. Again, when you're with these big guys, it's hard to find that opening that you need to go against these guys.
It can go either way. If you're the first one to initiate, you can end up in a bad position yourself. So just trying to figure out how much you want to give versus how much you want to take.
Silva on a single. Isaac clapping back with his own single. Headbutt action. Nice.
Single, and Isaac
takes him down to the floor. Takes him down to the floor. Let's see what we can make work here. Joao in top position, getting to the back. Let's see if Isaac can work here.
Se quiser pegar, avança, 40 segundos só.
Silva listening to instructions, trying to see what he's going to do next.
I don't know what the instructions are, but I'm sure they're great.
I'm sure they are.
Isaac, not in a great position. He's in a chair sit here, but Isaac, I think his escapes are good enough to get him out of this position.
He's got that head pinch, trying to keep him on his side, trying to look to get those hooks
I think Joao might try to coast here in a dominant position. Isaac might understand if he explodes here, he might be tired for the next round. So they're both going to bide their time, probably until the second round. If I had to be a guessing man, if I had to be a betting man.
Looks a little bit like both of them are kind of, settled with this round. And that is our first round. That is our first bout of the day going to a second round. And I think that makes sense. Just looking at this on paper, these tough guys, it's going to be really hard to make one of them crack. And they're really not going to have it happen.
1 minute rest. All right, 10-9 Joao. That is a 10-9 round for Joao, going in his favor for a late takedown.
Hey, let me get that pin.
Very close on the feet. Last minute though, Joao got that last minute takedown.
So we've got these athletes, there's a minute rest in between all these rounds, and there's also mental warfare there, just looking across at the guy, knowing you're going to jump back on him.
Is your opponent going to take a water break?
Yeah, trying to gauge who's tired, who wants it more.
Is your opponent going to take a water break? Are they going to be the one to go on their feet, on their knees? Are they going to be standing and eyeing their opponent down? This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, is this right here. Round number 2 underway. Let's see what we got. Mutual understanding of war between the two opponents. A classic slap bump, but they know they're in here to fight. They're not here to play, they're here to fight. But there's a good respect between both of them. Good respect between both of them. They know that the heavy collar ties, they don't feel great. But they're brothers in war right now, and they're going to war to see who's going to make it to the semifinals here at Pit Beef's #1, round 1.
Yeah.
So, wow, clearing those ties hard with the shoulder.
Really good matchup, because these guys, they're both into throwing these heavy collar ties, being aggressive, they're meeting each other where they want. And so I think this is just the kind of match that both of them want.
I'm interested to see how the pit gets used here. He's backing up into the pit, collecting the legs.
Trying to pull the legs out.
Let's see what Isaac does here. He might stay up, might attempt to stay up. Let's see if he can make something work here.
Silva bundling the legs, looking to advance past the guard.
Isaac pushing the head away to avoid progressing past those legs. Joao probably got a tight squeeze on those legs, hugging those bad boys. Hugging them. This is exactly what Isaac wants. You see that look on Isaac's face. He wants to be in war. He wants to fight. Joao wants to fight. After this,
Stapling, passing the legs over.
passing to the
past
side,
guard.
pinning him against the pit wall. Joao looking tight on that body lock, looking at back exposure. Back exposure. He's getting his back flat to the wall. It's gonna be hard
Let's see if
though.
we see that head pinch again, trying to get that back exposed. He seems to have been having a hard time getting the hooks in, but just kind of cooking in this position, making Isaac folded over.
And look, this is again round one. Again, might be a little bit late or earlier in the round though.
Yeah.
If I was Isaac, I would be trying to bide my time and use the same exact strategy Joao used against me. I would try to put him against the pit wall. Isaac escapes. Isaac escapes. Gets back up to his feet. He said, "Let's bang, brother." He said, "Let's bang. We're here to fight, Joao. We're here to fight, and I ain't going down without dying." He's ready to die on his sword, and that's why we're here. That's why here's Joao looking at him. He's not phased. He's chewing gum. What's going on in the mind of Joao right now? No one knows.
Tying up
What's
again.
going on in the mind of Isaac? No one knows except for them. What are they going to do? What are they going to use in their mind to win this match? What are they going to do? The crowd is electric here. They want the fight. Good blast double attempt stuffed by Joao.
Back to the feet here.
Back to
now
the
this
feet.
collar tie, this battle of attrition again.
I see, based on Joao's posture, I see he's probably looking for an off balance or a foot sweep.
Both
Off balance or foot
athletes
sweep,
pretty
chin
tired.
strap.
I think Isaac probably showing it a little more at this
Isaac
stage.
showing a little bit more.
Into this front headlock position against the wall. This is not a good position. You can kind of get folded over like this. It's going to be very
but
uncomfortable.
He's got good defensive hand position. Isaac's got good defensive hand position here. Should be safe. Probably trying to bide his time until round 3, the final round of that one. Time. We got another round 2. Might go the distance.
Time expires on this second round.
And
We're
Venicius-
into our third round of the day.
We are. Venicius, what are you thinking so far, brother? He's just here. He's here. He's got faith in Joao. He's ready to. He's loving the action he's seeing. Joao doesn't look too tired. Joao eyeing his opponent down. The traps.
He's got that stone face. I mean,
traps are popping out of his shirt.
energy in this room for this match is just on a different level from what
Now
we've seen
that was
so
another
far.
10-9 round for Joao. Let's see if Isaac can make a comeback victory here, or is Joao going to take home the cake? We'll see here. Getting another rest here. Need to regroup. They're going to regroup in their head. Let's see exactly what is going to go on in the final round here of the most exciting match. I would say so far. There's been no submission, but there's been a lot of heart.
There's a lot of hype, a lot of things. I know.
And
when
you
this
can't
bracket
teach
came out,
heart,
we were all
ladies and
excited.
gentlemen,
We're back
and we're going to see what the heart looks like here. Good base from Joao and Isaac. Pushing each other. They're bullfighting. Isaac's ready to rock with it. Isaac's ready to rock with it. Joao's ready to rock with it. They say, let's tango. And it takes 2 to
And the
tango in
pace
the
has
pit.
increased even more somehow.
It takes 2 to tango in the pit. They both got a third wind on them. Isaac up against the pit. Joao on a tight guillotine. Is he going to be able to finish it? Isaac flips over to neutral front headlock
Front
position.
headlock in the
Joao
strong position.
switching to the back.
Diving for the back.
Okay, can Isaac get his back to the mat and avoid hooks? Joao, can he keep a chest to back connection? There are small battles that are being fought. We talked about it earlier. The battles fought mentally or what's going to show out physically. So we're going to see if Joao wants it bad enough. Can he get those hooks? Can Isaac escape and start to get back to his feet to put the pressure back on Joao? These are all things we're thinking about. Isaac back on top. The crowd is electric. Wow. The crowd is electric. They're ready to bang. They're fighting out here. They're clubbing. They're ready to go. Joao loves it. Isaac loves it. Come on, baby. This is what
Heavy
we
collar
want.
ties from
This is
both
what we
sides.
want. Let's go. It sounds like a street fight here, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to go. We might have to call the police in here. There's assault going on in the pit. They signed a waiver. They signed the waiver. They said, we're ready to die in this pit. Joao, clearing ties. Isaac going forward. Not a thought behind his eyes besides fight. Joao calmly looking ahead. No pain, no gain. Can we make it work?
Isaac's got to be thinking.
Isaac shooting. Good shot from Isaac. Can he make it work? Joao back to his feet. This is a blood war. This is a bloodbath. Let's see what happens. Final seconds of the round. Final seconds of the final round.
What's Isaac going to pull out here? He knows
Isaac
he's
is gonna
down 2. We got to see something
He's gonna
here.
have to get a submission in order to win this. 10-9s all across the board for Joao. If it's a 10-8.
Not a lot of close subs on this, but man, such an exciting
from Isaac.
Deep on a
Stuffed by
shot.
Joao, heavy sprawl, front headlock. You got to imagine when you're under this front headlock, you're tired. But you got to imagine Joao too, also tired.
Joao
Circling
keeps
to the back,
using that,
heavy cross
reactions.
face. Heavy cross face. Isaac gets out of that. Isaac gets out.
This is just
Final
ripping
seconds.
the choke.
Final seconds round, trying to get something going, making a statement here at Pit Beefs, saying it's round 3. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if you're from this gym. I'm going to choke your face. Okay.
Looks like he wanted to throw up the
choke.
buggy for a second there.
Maybe not flexible enough. Head and arm mount. Joao looking strong.
Joao
in
looking
his
to
first round.
capitalize off of all of this, power that he's put in this
Head
match.
and arm choke.
We've seen earlier and earlier
Head
just
and arm
dominant
choke.
places.
Head and arm choke.
He's
Final
staying pretty
seconds.
safe.
He's staying disciplined with the
being on
elbow.
yeah.
It's looking like another 10-8. It's looking like a 10-8 round for Joao, but by God, was that a bar burner, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I'm talking about. That's what we want at Pit Beefs. Joao Paulo moving on to the next round. Isaac Peak with a fantastic performance against the man, the myth, the legend. We have Joao Paulo as the winner. Let's clap it up for Joao Paulo, ladies and gentlemen. Glory be to God. That man, they fought it out here. Joao fought it out here. Great round, a sign of mutual respect from both of them. Joao, blood in the mouth of Joao, but he's smiling. That's what he wants. He's smiling because he's on to the next round, ladies and gentlemen.
Blood and sweat in that match.
That took years off of my life. I have a couple gray hairs formed on my body, and I've had too much of this Modelo. Now, next round, we have Connor Gross. He's not that gross, I don't think.
He's a little bit gross.
Versus John Jones, not the one you're thinking about.
But man,
he's not the black one.
Give that man a Modelo and a set of keys, and you will see the exact
and he will be
same
doing a lot of
outcome.
cocaine before his matches, just like he did today. We have Connor Gross versus John Jones. I don't think anything will be able to top that last match, though.
No.
That last match was excellent. No submission, all hard.
Excited to see this stylistic matchup here.
It's
we've got a kind of old school lockdown specialist with maybe one of this new kind of guard pull, heavy.
But you can't take the fact John Jones has some sneaky leg locks. They're not modern by any means. Take a 2000s brown belt, show him a leg lock. That's what John Jones knows, but he knows it well. He knows how to enter the knee bars. He knows how to enter the toe holds. He's got the headband on because he don't want the hair getting in the way of the submission. We got Connor Gross. We got modern versus.
These men are here to put a
They
show
are here. They're not
already spouting a black eye. Even though they haven't even tied up
Connor
yet.
punched himself in the face. He was so excited for this match. They're not here to play touch butt in the park. They're here to touch each other in the pit.
Interesting to see the stand-up. I think we'll see that from John Jones. He's actually a judo black belt, if I'm
Brown belt, nice. Oh, jumping off the wall. We'll see. Connor the other day, he was training. He threw out a fireman's carry. Never thought I'd say a guard puller have a good fireman's. But staying on the feet.
I believe a high school wrestler as well.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of that judo versus wrestling going on here.
Okay.
Heavy collar ties, looking to off angle, get head position, and the guard pull from John Jones.
And the head into the leg entanglement. Can he finish it? Knee line's free. Knee line is free.
Spinning
John
arm
Jones
bar,
may look to
looking
counter
stand
leg
top.
lock here.
Counter leg lock from John Jones.
Can he finish
Both
it?
digging
Counter
for
leg
leg locks.
All right.
John Jones looking
Looks
to be
like
in the more
Connor Gross.
dominant position. Connor looking to free his feet and get out.
Connor has lost the leg lock exchange here. John Jones looks like he might be in
He's got both his feet in. He's looking to kind of scoot away. It's a little bit hard to get that isolation
Knee
there.
line's free. Connor's out. Connor is out. Let's see what happens.
Back to a guarded
Headband's already
seated.
gone. Now, don't let the gray hairs on John Jones fool you. He's game. John Jones is game, and he's always got heart.
He's got those double knee braces
Look at the entry.
and double ankle braces. So really, what do you go to attack at that point?
Great entry from John Jones. Backside 50-50. Both legs trapped from John Jones. Connor frees the knee line, looking to go outside heel on one side. Leg lock exchange on the bad ankle, good ankle. We don't know which one it is. Freeze the knee line.
And back to this
back
guard
to
pull.
beautiful exchanges from these two gentlemen.
A lot of leg lock battle right
They're
here.
not afraid to go into the legs. As you can see, falling back on the leg lock. I will judge that a little bit. Reaping ankle lock into a heel. Let's see.
Belly
John,
down.
that's tight. No, freeze the knee line.
Looking to
Freeze
get back
the
on his
heel.
own attack.
Looking to go Juni lock here. Can he solidify it? There might be a calf slicer there. We might see a recreation of Jack Jones versus Jacob Johnson here with this calf slicer. John Jones, again, sneaky submissions. He's good at he's good at these things that no one should be good at, but he's good at them. But I think Connor might be a little hip to it.
He's trying to set up that calf slicer. I think Connor has both feet in, though. He's kind of using his right foot to push away, prevent that calf slicer. John Jones again. He's got that forearm behind the calf there. And he's on top, uses it to get on top position.
John Jones, heavy, good half guard passing from John Jones.
Position,
You got to think about what the weight difference is going to play here. Is the weight difference here could be crushing.
But Connor we have seen this from him before. He's got a nasty setup here. He's always looking to get those omoplatas. Postures out.
Now, Israel, you've trained with Connor a couple of times. What is going through, you know him a little bit, what's going through his head right now? What do you think his game plan is going to be against the pressure of John Jones? I mean, this is a heavy guy on top of you.
He's very good at getting, sneaky submissions when you're smashing him on top. So I think this is not too bad for his game plan. What about you for John Jones? What do you think he's looking to do here?
I think that he's doing what John Jones does, and John Jones goes out here to bang.
And this is our second match. Now it seems like we're into kind of more of this even battles here. I think these matches maybe slow down a little bit as we get up the bracket.
Now look, John Jones pulling a Qui-Gon Jinn from the Phantom Menace, praying before he goes into the next round. Will he befall the same fate as Qui-Gon Jinn, or
Connor getting a little bit of advice from his corner, maybe adjusting the strategy here. See what that looks like in this next round.
People are loving the matches here. The energy is electric in this pit. We don't even have enough room to fit all of these people who came here to see this. We got 20 seconds till the next go.
John Jones, hands on the knees, looking to recover. Connor Grouse likewise. Both these men definitely tired.
10-9 round for Connor. 10-9 round for Connor.
Connor edges out the first
round here. John Jones does not agree with the judge's decision. John Jones has got to take it to the judges, not the commentator.
Starting on the feet again here, and then a quick pull from John Jones.
Quick pull.
Connor Grouse looking to fall back on a leg again. That's been kind of the story of this match here.
It's a like I said, duel of fates. This is a Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul. We have the duel of fates playing. This is the duel of the leg lock exchanges. Who can win the leg lock exchanges? There's intricacies in these positions. Connor got a deep heel bite here from Connor. Doesn't have the legs crossed.
Slips again.
Slips it out.
And John Jones back on top. Back to his half guard position.
Now
looking to smother Connor
was that a submission threat for John Jones? It looked tight, but then I see the legs weren't crossed. John Jones has got a good pass here. Just kind of using the wall to his advantage.
Connor looks like he kind of abandoned that quarter guard there. He's looking to kind of try to get back under, elevate a little bit.
That's the problem.
It's hard right up against the pit here. It's hard. Your head's kind of crooked at that angle.
Those flexible guys, though, they're able to get those knees in the places they should be able to get them into.
Digging into that head and arm here, looking to step out. Connor's got that butterfly hook. Maybe he's trying to use that to
it could be on. His hands out. Could be on. He's got a long time to survive here. He should be turning out of this. He should be turning to his right-hand side.
Giving up his back.
Turn his right-hand side.
And it's over.
John Jones, he's hyped.
He's hyped.
Excited.
Let's go.
He wanted the sub, and he wanted that next round. And John Jones, by God, has earned it. By God, he's earned it.
Somebody get this man some keys.
Give this man a beer, some keys, and some illicit substances, because he's going into the next round. No, right now. Right now? All right.
That concludes our first round of matches.
All right. So we are going on into, I believe it is, if I'm doing the math right, the quarterfinals. We have Baby Joe Watson with a quick sub, going as Bryce Lamb with a quick sub. Are they warm or are they cold, Israel?
We'll see. Both these athletes making their way to the pit immediately, so it looks like they are ready to go.
I'm very interested to see this. Both leg lock specialists, both very active in the competitive scene. Baby Joe, not so much recently focusing on his gym, but Bryce
Let's see how this lines up. Both leg lockers, like you said, it's going to be fun. Well, both of them standing despite both being leg lockers, so, whoa, jumping. A little bit
Almost
risky there.
Baby Joe's knee blow out of socket. Baby Joe slips out. Fast
Baby Joe
pace
on top.
Okay, we got heavy pressure here. Baby Joe, this is what he specializes in, is this, we call it a wet blanket style of pressure. Bryce Lamb, excellent guard. Let's
scooting
see.
away, looking to engage here, trying to engage on his terms.
Great pummeling from Joseph Watson into the headquarters position. What is his approach here to pass such a complex guard like Bryce Lamb?
Looks like he's looking for a lot of outside passing here, trying to jump across, but Bryce keeps catching him with those frames, you know, far and wide. Keeps sticking him and bringing him back into his guard.
Indeed. But Baby Joe, you got to think about the weight difference here. Nice stack positioning here into a stack leg drag. Can he make this work? Flexible
Bryce
guys.
trying to get a leg here. He's in on sort of a false street position, almost like reverse
Baby
false
Joe
street.
calm in the stack position.
Maybe trying to go crab ride here.
Yep, he looks scratching the nose. That's how you know this man's with it. A little aura farming from Baby Joe, scratching the nose, thinking about what is he going to the Shoney's buffet tonight? That's what he's thinking about. He's not thinking about finishing the leg drag.
He might be thinking about getting some of that blended peddler acai after
Yes,
this,
or
you know?
going to Ready Golf.
He could be going to Ready Golf. You know, he's thinking about, you know, getting some iron BJJ gear.
You got to think about how tiring is it to be in this stack position for Bryce Lamb. Flexible guys, they can stay here, but again, that's not good for the lower back. That's
He is
that
just
shin on the
stapling
face.
that shin
That is
to
heavy
Bryce
pressure.
Lamb's face.
Beautiful passing pressure from Joseph Watson here in the first round of the quarterfinals. Bryce Lamb about to pummel his leg back in. Baby Joe keeping a strong hook on that leg. Really
Looking to expose the back here, maybe.
Really making Bryce
back to
Lamb
this
suffer
stacked
from this
position.
position.
Man, shin on the face.
Great position. Bryce inverts through. Baby Joe falls half guard here, head over tie.
And there's the pass.
And the back exposure from Baby Joe.
One
straight
hook
for
in,
the choke.
both
Let's
hooks
see.
in,
Baby Joe has an
looking to
excellent
fight.
back mount. This man trained with the Berimbolo creator. He's got an excellent back mount. 45 seconds left. Is Baby Joe gonna be able to finish? Is Baby Joe gonna be able to finish the choke?
Doing a good job of preventing
fighting.
him from fighting that arm
Bryce
away,
is
just
fighting
fighting
the
both
choke.
hands with one.
Baby Joe fighting. He's got good bite around the chin here.
Maybe going
Is he able
short
to
choke
table
here?
grip? Bryce great
survives.
defense, surviving here against a world-class black belt. Bryce Lamb, I believe, is a purple belt, surviving against a world-class black belt. This is a great look. for both
Transitioning from the
athletes.
hooks to a tight body lock here, looking to rake that face, trying to get exposure on that neck. Turning away, trying to get Bryce to go belly down. Bryce looking to pop out under that elbow there.
I don't think Baby Joe may be
Bold
able to-
move with the body triangle there. Baby Joe does not care where his arm is.
Great survival.
He
Bryce
will
Lamb
choke him
versus
over
Baby
any
Joe.
part of his face that he can get.
End of round one.
Bryce looking a little shaken. Both men looking tired here.
That's a 10-8 round for Baby Joe.
Giving both men a rest here. And man, that was a very technical match. We got to see a lot of interesting positions, a lot of nice guard play from Bryce Lamb, a lot of technical passing from Baby Joe. You know, I think up until that last little bit, he was maybe a little debatable on who was going to take that round, but I think that back mount just kind of solidified. That was really the only dominant position that ended up happening there.
It is real. That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. When you have a good guard player and a good guard passer, man, it's just fun to watch. And again, Baby Joe takes that round. Let's see how the cardio plays a factor. 3-minute rounds, they seem short, but when you have 3 minutes, the mindset changes a little bit. And I had to try to finish this person in 3 minutes. Stalling calls are being awarded pretty frequently here, not in this match in particular.
And we are back. This is round 2, Baby Joe, Bryce Lamb. Starting on the feet again. Kind of seemed like last time it was just a race to who wanted to pull first. Well, actually, there was that flying attempt, so maybe Baby Joe's thinking about that a little bit, maybe not. A little hesitant to push him against the wall
I wouldn't want to
here.
get my knee blown out either if I was him. But nice snatch headlock from Baby Joe. Guard pull.
Looked a little bit
from
like a
Bryce
guard
Lamb.
pull happened at the same time, you know?
Good passing off of the guard pull, using the wall. Using the wall, Joe
Good
putting
leg pump.
good pressure
Leg
here on
pumping,
Bryce
good
Lamb.
Passing from Baby Joe.
Controlling the feet, not letting the feet face towards him. Bryce Lamb against the pit. Baby Joe, can he use this to pass? Bryce Lamb keeping the knee shield in, knee and elbow connection.
He's got him right in that corner there. It's really tricky being in one of these pits when you're a guard player in that corner. You maybe got a couple different places you can push off that you normally wouldn't have, but it's just, you know, takes you for a trip if you're used to just being on a flat
Baby
mat.
Joe passes with a reverse hip locks and north-south. Let's see what he's looking to get here. Might be looking for back exposure, north-south chokes, Kimura's. There's a lot of stuff he can work here. Great positioning. Bryce Lamb still has a lot of time to work, though. A lot of time to work. That's a heavy boy on top of you.
Looking like he's maybe
man.
starting to frame off those hips a little bit. He might be trying to climb up that wall and get to the back here. Hey!
Yeah, nice, but Baby Joe hip to it. Baby Joe said, I've seen those tricks before. I'm not falling for them again.
Baby Joe back into this outside passing.
Kind of like this leg drag position. Not all the way through on it, but just flanked outside enough. Bryce Lamb doesn't have a guard.
Slowing things down a little bit here as both athletes maybe tire a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that first round, that was a lot of action from both of them. You know, guard player and passer both working very hard to get what they wanted. So this round's slowing down a little bit.
So far, Baby Joe does have the edge for the guard pass, maintaining top position. Bryce Lamb, though, back to his guard. Looking for the K-guard entry. Can he get his hips underneath?
What the plan is here. He's always looking to go after those legs, and he's close to getting in on this. He's got the knee to the chest now and more of an entanglement.
Good, Joe frees the knee line.
Knee line
Use
is
that
free.
shin
Baby
wedge.
Joe continues to scoot away and back to passing.
One thing I've noticed about Baby Joe here, working a lot of guard passing. In the past, Baby Joe has been a prolific leg locker, where he has won a lot of matches via heel hook, but he's looking to make a statement here. Maybe he's been working on some new things in the gym, trying to show off a new skill set against one of the best guard players on the East Coast, Bryce Lamb.
Bryce Lamb looking a little frustrated here. Trying to turtle, get back to a standing position. Baby Joe pushes him back down.
Good forward pressure from Baby Joe.
If you're Bryce Lamb here, what are you thinking? You know, you've tried to entangle a lot. You've got your guard under attack constantly. What are you looking to do?
It's hard. It's a hard battle because you know if you entangle the legs, the person who's good at leg locks knows how to get out. I would say the best route for victory would be using the pit to either snap into a front headlock or slow Baby Joe down using a closed guard. It's going to be hard to get on top of Baby Joe, though. I think that's going to be the only way to win. Bryce Lamb doesn't have too many options here. I think he's got to go for broke on a leg lock. He's going to have to for that round. I'm going to ask the judges. We have another 10-8 round for Baby Joe. He's leading the way going into the final round here. Can Bryce Lamb make a comeback here? We're about to see.
So at this point, Baby Joe looking to get a sub. Maybe that changes the strategy a little bit. He's maybe been a little bit cagey with the leg locks. He hasn't fully exposed himself and really dived into him. He's kind of been trying to engage with him on his terms.
You have to remember too, I mean, do you want to, you can coast to a victory here for Baby Joe, but do you want to coast to a victory against someone who is an up-and-comer, or do you want to make a statement and get that submission? I'm willing to, if I'm a betting man, I would say Baby Joe wants the submission. We may see a strategy
looks like we're
change
gonna find
up.
out here. Again, starting from the feet, tying up. Baby Joe very hesitant to push him to the wall now. You know, he's seen that flying sub attempt, more like flying knee bar attempt, I guess. And he's a little bit hesitant to push him up that wall. You know, maybe he can get a little something going there from this stand-up there. You know, if he's so nervous about pushing into him, he can maybe use that to his advantage.
Then flying closed guard. This is where Bryce Lamb should be. Closed guard, very dominant position. Baby Joe keeping disciplined hand positioning, standing up, vertical posture right away. That's a strong posture there, strong back, immediately high steps out of the K-guard. This is not where Bryce Lamb wants to be, where he has no connection, no entanglements. There we go, we see a key master from Bryce Lamb, able to slow him down, but can he keep the pressure off? He can slow Joe down, but can he keep the pressure of Baby Joe off of him in this exchange?
It's been a little bit of this story here, you know, I think the size difference is really playing a part in this battle of leg lockers, you know. Both
Again,
of them,
outside Ashi.
Outside Ashi.
Outside Ashi may
Pushing
pass
the
over
head
50.
inside.
Joe's peeling the feet down, pushing the knee line down.
almost
May
clear
look for a
here.
wedging back
But
to
it
here
can
or
change really
extracting the
quick
leg.
Backstack and into a stack position.
Beautiful.
Now this is that stack position we saw in the first round that really frustrated Bryce. It felt like, you know, his shin was sitting on his face for forever, and I know that's not comfortable.
This is what I love watching about high-level jiu-jitsu. You can take these positions that high-level athletes are using and add them to your game. flexible athletes are always a pain to deal with, and look at how Baby Joe has found an answer to flexible guards in this almost stacked position. He doesn't care if he enters a leg. He can just keep the pressure on and make him work for it.
He doesn't even particularly seem to care if his pants come down either.
And you know, maybe the crop top is what we're looking for. Bryce Lamb pushing into Baby Joe, looking to get that win.
Against the wall. Maybe he's thinking, hey, this guy sent something on me. Maybe I'll send something here. We'll see.
But, okay, Bryce Lamb climbing up on the pit wall like a spider monkey. Baby Joe, a gorilla in the pit.
Kind of playing guard in that corner there.
Playing? Oh,
Baby
near
Joe
back
looking
take
to take the
from
back.
Bryce Lamb.
Bryce
Baby Joe
Lamb
on bottom
top.
position.
Looking to try to
Can
get
he
maybe
make something
a little
work
bit
from
of
here?
More grip there.
Almost
or
like a
maybe
deep
into the
half.
legs.
Looks like a deep half option here.
He's looking to dig that arm out, kind of nullify that deep half.
This is an interesting position
Oh,
here.
he
Bryce Lamb.
does have a Kimura grip.
Bryce Lamb has turned the tables around, jumping off of the pit wall. Let's see Baby Joe's escapes here.
Let's see
Escapes
if Bryce Lamb can stay on top, maybe use this. Maybe the passing pressure will allow him to set up his leg locks a little better.
I think maybe Baby Joe's a little tired here. He's got a very good guard.
Yeah, Bryce Lamb,
he's
he's got no reason to leave nothing on the table. He can absolutely just blow it out here, try to see what he can get going. Looks like he's in on another leg. Straight ankle maybe a little bit of an AOP
Baby Joe might be
pressure.
hip to that.
He's got one leg in the inside position, looking to go belly down here.
Tight belly down, nice.
And that will be the match.
From Bryce Lamb at the end there, almost turned the tables on Baby Joe. Arguably the favorite in the tournament going on into the semifinals, Baby Joe. All right, winner, Baby Joe. Next up, we have Zach Martin with the cutoffs against Jack Joe.
Both these guys a little closer in size.
A little closer in size. I think I
maybe
may
not
need,
bicep. We'd have to get a confirmation on that.
I may need Zach Martin to take his shirt off so I can see if he's bigger.
Yeah. Maybe both these men need to take their shirts off a little bit. You know, maybe let us see a little something.
All right. In the standing position. Both men, first round, quick finishes. Are we going to see a similar story here with a quick
Smile on
finish?
Zach's face.
Zach loves game. Nice slide by.
He tried to hit
Jack
that slide
Jones
by a
with a
couple
beautiful
times.
slide by, taking Zach Martin to the ground. We see Baby Joe's head there instead of Zach Martin. We see Zach Martin regarding back into a shoulder clamp. Good shoulder clamp positioning here from Zach Martin. Can Jack Jones force possibly a half guard? Might have to turn his thumb
force
up.
that knee down, trying to step over there.
Good shoulder clamp grip here from Zach Martin. Using the pit to his advantage though, Jack Jones crowding Zach. Oh, passes the arm across. Can he take the back here? Zach
Grabs the head and
a
stuffs
little
him back in.
Kesegatami. Don't see Jack Jones doing unorthodox, if you will. Things you don't really see. We're in a dogfight battle here.
Digging that underhook. Ooh, I like that ankle grip. You know, maybe trying to sweep him or off of that reaction, sweep him over the other way. A lot of technical stuff going on here.
Yes, we have good look here.
Now more into a traditional half guard with the lockdown on the right
This is
leg.
a very interesting, it's a dominant position. It doesn't look like it, but Zach Martin's got control of both legs with an underhook. This is technically a dominant position, but Jack Jones keeping a good base on top. About to get swept in on a leg. Zach Martin.
Zach Martin going belly down. I think the angle's not quite right. He's kind of exposing his back a little bit here.
Yep.
I would be surprised if there's enough pressure on this to finish.
Yep.
Without, and there we go. He pops the leg out a little bit.
And we're in a bad position here.
Crushes the head.
Now Zach Martin does get his guard back. That was a sticky situation.
Jack Jones, a little bit of a better position now. Then back to that lockdown goes Zach Martin.
Crushing the face here of Zach Martin. Does he like that? I don't know. I've never been able to get a read on Zach Martin. He likes some weird things, and it looks like he likes this lockdown.
Looks like he's trying to
Approach.
slip out, go to the back again. Oh,
Kesegatami approach from Jack Jones.
able to get all the way
You
to that
see the
case-up position.
MMA coming out in the jiu-jitsu style. This is something that's very interesting. You never really see this in jiu-jitsu. Most guys brush it off as like, oh, that doesn't work. We're going to see if it
Looks like
works
the head
here.
is almost
Zach Martin
popped
peeking
out,
the head
and
out.
then there's going to be a scramble for sure. Ooh,
A little crucifix.
got the leg.
With the arm, with
Looking
the
to get
head
more
trapped.
of this triangle position.
Guillotine
Jack
grip,
Jones
chin
bundles
strap
the
grip
legs.
from Zach Martin that we saw first round submission here. Jacob Johnson, that's tapped. And
it.
get Zach Martin.
That's 2 guillotines in a row,
Two
correct?
guillotines.
That one took a little longer, but man, what do you think the squeeze is like on that man?
This
he
man
had it
ate
for
his
3
spinach
seconds.
before he came here, by God. Call him Popeye. Winner, Zach Martin. AKA the albino Popeye, progressing onwards to the semifinals. All right.
Moving back to the other side of the bracket, we have our 2 people. We have Joseph versus Joao. Now, what do you think is going through Joseph Mini Money's mind as he thinks about facing Joao Paulo, an 80cc purple belt world's winner?
So, if I'm Joseph, I may be Mini, but we're focused on the money, and there is a cash prize involved with it. So we'll see if his name, if he lives up to his name. We saw Joao Paulo is not afraid of being physical, and that gets in a lot of people's heads. I'm going to have to say the size difference here may play a huge factor, but Joseph Snyder, able to fit in those tiny spots, may be able to get to the back, may be able to get to a leg.
It might be a little harder. You know, Joao's probably used to facing guys like Isaac, guys his same size. Let's see what Mini Money has for him as he tries not to end up as loose change.
Mini Money in the pit, Joao making his way down. Feeling good off of his win against Isaac Peak. Joseph feeling good.
After that quick leg lock against Liam Brown.
Round 1 underway. Let's see what the idea. Joao giving him a little pat on the head, making sure he loves him, making sure he knows he loves him. He said, "Hey, I'm your buddy, but I'm here to win."
Mini Money not looking too intimidated. He's standing.
I believe this may be a staring contest. I believe they're trying to match energies, match auras. Joao looking straight ahead, patting him on the head again, saying, "Good boy, but you're gonna lose."
Looking for that reverse ankle pick there is Joao.
And again, Joseph not fazed by the mentality and the eyes of Joao. Pulls guard. Smart move from Joseph. I would look to get a connection here.
I'm surprised that didn't happen sooner, to be honest. Just standing there, staring at that man.
You got to give aura points to Joseph just for looking that man in the eyes the way he did. And we have inside position here from Joseph, but look at the way Joao's knees are pinched. Don't think it's going to be very easy to enter his legs. Joao keeping good weight over top of Joseph, keeping a good, solid positioning here.
So do you think Joseph in this is maybe looking more for a submission, or do you think he's going to try to play more of the round games, trying to edge this out?
It's going to have to be a submission. Joao, heavy guard pass into a body lock here, slamming him against the wall. Joseph with the prayer hands, the Home Alone defense always works very well, but Joao's kind of big. So we'll see. Joseph looking at the timer, wondering how much time he's got to work. He looks pretty calm in this position, Israel.
I wonder if he's going to adjust strategies here, or if he's going to play it safe. You know, he looked a little bit like last time. Maybe he was a little timid to go for submissions. Maybe he's planning on, you know, being in this pit all the way until the finals, you know, for as long as possible, just wearing down on all these opponents. Or do you think he's thinking this is going to be a quick sub?
He may, you know, if Joao does win this, he's going against another Joseph. So maybe he's trying to tire Joao out, so Joseph Watson could avenge him. But I don't think that's what Joseph Snyder didn't come here just to eke out. He came here to win.
He's kind of, whoa,
Interesting.
almost a sweep
off
Mini
of the
Money.
pit wall. That's why they call him Mini Money, because he's looking for the money. He's looking for the money moves.
Looks like he's almost got his guard back a
Re-guarded,
little bit here.
Back to a
And
body lock. That solid hip switch. You got to think, what's the squeeze on Joao's
What is
arms
that
looking
feeling like? Yeah.
If he's got a girlfriend at home, please let us know in the comments. What is the squeeze on Joao's arms?
Mini Money going for a cheeky Ezekiel. I think that might make
That
Joao
takes
mad.
balls. That takes balls, but you mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's what they say, Israel. Is Joao going to give him the horns?
You know, Joao doesn't seem to be looking for too much. I think he's trying to squeeze Mini Money to death.
If we saw a squeezing submission, that would have to be submission of the night.
I mean,
But I've never
it
seen
takes-
someone
it
get
takes something
squeezed to death.
special. Mini Money again with the cheeky Ezekiel. Maybe
I don't
paying
think his
for
arm
it.
is deep enough. His arm's not deep enough. Looking for
You know,
the
but
Ezekiel.
you know, technically that's a sub attempt if you think
Technically
about it.
is. Joseph Snyder making it to round 2 against the big boys. Wow.
I think just making round 2, making it out of that first round is got to feel good, you know, as Mini Money. You went in there against somebody really big, you stared him down, you played guard, you almost got a sweep, so I think, you know, maybe this has been a little bit encouraging for him.
I'm seeing in the chat, no girlfriend for Joao. That's okay, because look, he's focused on the win. He doesn't focus on the huzz. He focuses on the man in front of him and who's standing in his way to get to the Pit Beefs final. Joao looking mean, chewing gum, aura farming. That's what we like to see in the Pit Beefs. Judges, what we think? We have a 10-8 round for Joao, but you cannot get by Joseph Snyder's energy as he's entering the pit. He's feeling electric. They both have matching hairstyles. You notice Joseph has a little line in his hair. A little bit of flair to his action.
No, you got to also think, Joao spent the whole 9 minutes, where I think Mini Money was only in for about 2. So, you know, even though they're a big size difference, there's got to be some difference in the stamina, too.
Again, they're looking at each other in ways I've never seen a man look at each other. But I think there might be something here. Mind games, perhaps.
Mini Money staying on the
Good
feet
elbow clock.
again.
Okay.
Oh, we got that shot with the Mini Money pants there.
Joseph is looking perhaps to get a good tie-up to enter it back into his guard position. Would you want to pull guard on Joao again, though, after what just happened?
I think maybe he's trying to improve his connection, get a better connection than last time. Attempts the slide by there. Got close, but man, Joao's
slap arm drag, slap tie.
We got some of that Joao coming
Nice
back
roll.
that we saw in the first round against Isaac.
You know what? Isaac had a great match.
Hey, but look at
Heavy,
that. Look at Mini
low
Money.
ankle pick. Picks him up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You chilling, Joseph? Joseph said chilling. Joseph's chilling.
Big slam.
Joseph said,
almost
give
for
it to
Joao.
me again. I'll take whatever you got.
Joao is
Because I'm here
getting
for the money.
All of the respect here. I mean, that was a big throw there.
And Joseph said, I don't give a damn what you do to me, Joao. I'm here to fight. Shout out to Joseph. He said, I ain't here to get DQ'd. I'm here to bang, bro.
You know, I respect that a lot for Joseph, just showing that what he's looking for. Oh, in on this guillotine attempt is Joao. That has got to be a feeling right there.
Just imagine the torque on that man's arms.
Looking maybe to
Notice-
it's going to be hard to get those hooks in.
Notice
if
what
you're
Joao
on this smaller guy.
What Joao's doing is he's using this front headlock attack to force a turtle position to look to expose the back for a hard crossface. I'm starting to see the game plan of Joao in my head. Moves to mount. We saw a heavy mount against Isaac Peak.
This time, Mini Money is catching that foot a little bit, getting that kind of quarter guard. But man, the squeeze and pressure from Joao. Looking to go for that head and arm.
It's not, the positioning's not there, but the squeeze is.
I mean, you got to think, even if he doesn't have the position there, that's just a lot of squeeze. A little bit of a stalled position here.
Joao with a hefty slam that changed the tectonic plates beneath us. That slam, my grandmother felt it from her grave. And Joseph Snyder,
and she's not even dead.
Joseph Snyder's still choosing to come back into the match in a heavy head and arm choke. Lesser men.
I mean, you got to give it to Mini Money surviving this round and even getting some offensive stuff going on. I mean, it's been this has looked a lot different than Joao's match with Isaac, but you got to give the respect to Mini Money for being here, for taking this match to Joao, and you know, it's not over yet. He could pull something out. I believe in this man.
Snyder is made of sterner stuff. More so than most men of any age have ever made. And Joseph Snyder raises his hand and says, that's all you got, Joao.
It's bolted to the floor.
Huh? Do you want it to be illegal? I'm gonna take him down no matter what. Okay. Hey, he said I'll take him down no matter what.
Mini Money is gonna take Joao down no matter what.
Joao said, I know the rules, but I know how to win. He gotta get paid. Huh? Translation, sir? $1,000? Hey!
Joao put a bounty of $1,000 on Mini Money to take him down in this last round.
Joseph, are you ready to make $1,000 tonight? Joseph Snyder might be going.
$1,000 bounty faced on Mini Money for the takedown on Joao in this third
And
round.
I'm willing to bet money that if Joseph Snyder makes that $1,000, we'll see him at the Mouse's Ear tonight. At the Mouse's Ear tonight.
They got pregnant strippers there.
Joseph Snyder, ready. Oh! Joseph, Joao talking, Joao yapping, but he back in this. Look how fast Joao locks in. The people yelling at him. Joseph looking now for $1,000. Is he going to be able to get it? I like the energy Joseph Snyder bringing. I like the energy.
Joao immediately in on that takedown.
He said, "You ain't getting that money, Mini Money. I'm here for the money. I'm here for the money."
It's got to be hard to get those hooks in. I mean, you look at this.
Oh, good armbar tip.
And that's
Nice armbar. I don't know what he said, but
I don't know what he's saying, but he's animated.
I knew it. 1-0-0. I'll ask him for the money. I'll give it to you.
Joao calling her out.
Great
Tristan
game. Joao, give me some. Joao here to make a statement not only to the people but to the commentators as well. And I'm here with the Coors Banquet wondering, am I going to get jumped today? I don't think I will. Me and Joao are boys.
Might need to be a little bit safe after getting out of this event, Tristan.
Safe getting out of here. Me and Joao will talk it out.
And now, you know, we got to be looking at this other side of the bracket, and we got to be looking at Garrett, who just entered. Thinking about what that matchup might look like versus Joao if that happens. We've got Garrett Wilt, John Jones.
He's ready to rock. He's ready to pull guard. Pulls guard off the rip. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little afraid of the last match. If Joao has a bone to pick with me, I don't think I can pick it with him. But I'm going to focus now on the match with Garrett Wilt here and John Jones.
John Jones playing guard here, maybe looking to get some of his lockdown stuff. Garrett looks at that leg, maybe looking to fall back on it.
You know, he's making a grip on the 2-on-1 here, but Garrett's got some fickle arms on him. Might be hard to make a grip.
Yes, Garrett, yes.
Garrett putting the squeeze on. Looks like John Jones is looking to get his lockdown going here. Garrett using that and Jones into his lockdown game. We'll see if he can do something with it against such a big opponent.
He is with a lot of people as big as Garrett, and I think he'll be able to hang here. He's got a good electric chair from here.
He's also got those underhooks right now, and that's a big thing right here. You know, directing this space from everybody, being able to. Almost into that electric chair position is John Jones.
And this is a good position, honestly, for both people. Both people. Okay, John Jones get a little ass tap.
And John
Jones on top. That's a heavy crank. Heavy crank from Garrett Wilt, putting him back on his back.
Looking to get the 100% sweep here. Going into more of this.
Oh, good Hantai Senkaku here from Garrett Wilt. Is he going to be able to finish it, turning it maybe?
Outside what?
Hantai Senkaku is Danaher speak for who knows what triangle.
It looks like he's triangling him.
It looks like he's
trying to get that grip
tap from the shoulder lock. There's a lot of pressure on that shoulder from Garrett Wilt.
I mean, he didn't even get the grip broken, you know? The grip, the shoulder gave out before the grip did there.
All right, we're moving on to the semifinals. I'm going to talk to the organizer, see who we want to go first. Hey, Logan. It's Joao and Joe next. You want to give Joao a little bit of a rest? Like 5 minute rest. Can you ask his coach to ask him? And also ask his, hey, can you ask him, hey, Logan, also ask his coach to
We're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to take a little bit of a break here as we set up our semifinal matches. So the semifinals matches we have right now are... Oh, wait, no, this is the final. Oh, yeah. We're on that. We're on the camera, dude.
Oh, we are on camera? This is the commentator.
So, that's our final right there, isn't it? Or no. We've got another Joe, not
Joseph Watson versus Joao Paulo.
For our semifinal on the left side of our bracket, and then we have Zach Martin versus Garrett Wilt.
All the
big boys here.
I may have to let someone sub in for the commentary. Me and Joao, I think, are off to a bad foot, but I do think he's a handsome guy. I do think he's got great jiu-jitsu. I think maybe there's just something there that we need to clear up. And I'll apologize formally to Joao. I get a little hyped up when I see some good jiu-jitsu, when I see some good-looking dudes doing jiu-jitsu. Now, yeah, Joao, this is going to be, honestly, number 1 seed versus number 2 seed, in my opinion. Joseph Watson versus Joao Paulo. Aggression versus technicality. What do you think wins there?
Well, we haven't really seen anybody get Joao in any position that resembles danger. So we got to kind of think that that's going to go on, but maybe Baby Joe can turn that around for us a little bit and try, use his physical power. He's almost the same size as Joao. Joao's got a little bit of size on him, but maybe he can use that physicality in combination with his guard to make something happen versus Joao.
We just got word from the organizer. 10-minute intermission, so let's take the time to thank our sponsors. I'll go into it. Iron Jiu-Jitsu. Are you tired of having to pay and take a loan out on jiu-jitsu shorts like you do with Level Black? Has anyone seen the fact they released a $200 backpack and no one can even afford to compete or pay their rent? Iron Jiu-Jitsu looks to solve this bougie jiu-jitsu issue with their affordable prices and fantastic quality. I know the owner. Am I sponsored? Maybe. But I think that these are some of the best shorts you can get, and great rash guards too. Check out Iron Jiu-Jitsu. Way cheaper than Level Black. Also just as nice.
We are also sponsored by The Realm in Withville. I don't know how to pronounce your weird Virginia and Tennessee names. How do you pronounce that?
I don't think Withville actually exists. I've never been there, so I don't know about it. But it is pronounced Withville.
Well, we are sponsored by The Realm, which is, to my understanding, a CBD supplier in the area. Do you know anything about that?
I feel like a lot of jiu-jitsu athletes love CBD for certain reasons. And it makes them great athletes. And I'm not a partaker myself. I just drink White Monsters and sleep 5 hours a night, and that kind of gets me through things. CBD could be the thing.
They've also got a couple different pain creams going up to 5,000 milligram for all those really big ache and pains. So if you got some stuff going on, maybe you need a little CBD to get you ahead, check out The Realm in Whiteville.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, Israel isn't here looking at the ad reels. He's just checking his phone to make sure that everything's all right at home. So
yeah, I'm
Snyder here.
pretty freaked out.
Snyder, do you have anything to say to the people at home?
Much respect for my opponent, but I'm sad it took him 3 rounds to finally get me out of there, honestly.
And Joseph Snyder has, I would wager to call you the East Coast Owen Jones. The way that the braggadocious behavior, the haircut, the guard play, everything looks fantastic. Be honest with him. I'll make sure he's not behind me to kill me. How strong was that squeeze on the body lock?
Honestly, I didn't feel too much. He does feel like a freaking truck on top of you, but there's nothing I can't handle, and I'm just ready for round 2. That's all I can say.
Joseph Snyder, just for the attitude alone, may get an invite to round 2. Joseph, thank you for hopping into the commentary booth.
We're just glad that he didn't turn you into loose change, to be honest with you.
He's going to turn me into loose change, but it's okay.
I can talk all the crap I want, but that dude is a freaking beast.
He is a beast, and we're going to see beast versus beast. We have the Vanilla Gorilla versus Joao next. I'm going to try to find a nice name to say. Give me a second. Other sponsors. Blended Peddler. Now listen, there's an issue with jiu-jitsu nowadays. Everyone's taking this acai that pops on drug tests. Now, thankfully, for half the athletes here, we don't do a USADA drug test, or else they would all fail. But Blended Peddler is the correct kind of acai that your body needs. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Acai does cost a pretty penny in East Tennessee, just because we get that thing imported from Brazil. Okay, so you want to fuel yourself for a good training session? You want to spend an exorbitant amount of money on a very colorful bowl that'll make you feel fantastic? Blended Peddler is the way to go. We have there's places all over the place here in Bristol.
You've got Abington, you've got Bristol itself. Kingsport.
It's a conglomerate, and honestly, every time I go there, do I spend money? Yes. And do I regret it? No.
I've heard they also have, a lot of breakfast foods and stuff. It's not just acai, if that's what you're looking for.
And the people are getting a little rowdy in here. Apologies.
T-shirts right now.
All right.
See Dave at the table.
If you didn't hear the man, if you are in the building, go get your t-shirts. We got hats, we got t-shirts, all the Pit Beefs merch.
If you're not in the building,
if you want to see what that Pit Beef merch looks like, well, this is a Bristol Jiu-Jitsu one, but it's about like this, but it says Pit Beefs up here.
if you're not in the building, pull up to the building, 960 Cumberland Street, where all the action's going down, selling Pit Beef shirts. They look just like this, except not, and they're only $30.
And we're going to get ready for the final, so there's still some time here.
Joao is ready to move. He's ready to rock. I love the energy Joao's bringing here. They said, in the comments, they said, Joao's here to take the money. I said, I don't know who this Joao guy is. Looked at the Instagram. I'm afraid. I see him in the ring. I'm afraid. I think he's here to take home the money. He was willing to bet a band on that takedown. He said, Joseph, you ain't going nowhere, son. You going on that pit wall, and you going to stay on that pit wall. But let's see how he handles Joseph Watson. In the semifinal round, Joao just got off of a round, and he's here first thing in the pit.
Let's talk about the other side of this semifinal bracket. So Zach Martin versus Garrett Wilt. I think the biceps, I will have to get an official measurement after, but that's got to be close, right?
I'm going to have to turn the hat backwards for this one because Zach's got the cut-off shirt. Garrett's almost naked in the pit. This is a lot of beef I wasn't ready to handle. You know, Aldi's got some good prices on beef, but these boys coming in here, $500 beef on the line right here. I ain't never heard of grass-fed beef like that, ladies and gentlemen, and we're seeing it here first round. Pit Beefs round one. This is the first one we've done, and we still got a bunch more to go. This ain't even the big one.
And if I'm correct, already the top 4 athletes in this semifinal are moving on to the last Pit Beef, right?
Yeah, so let me try to make this make sense, because it doesn't make any sense to me. The top 4 of this round, so that would be Baby Joe, Joao, Garrett, and Zach. They've already secured their spot in the Pit Beefs final. So we're going to do 3 other qualifiers. Think of it like an ADCC trials, less juice. Maybe not.
Maybe not. We'll see.
We'll see. And the top 4 athletes of each of those goes into the final round. That way we have the cream of the crop competing not for a lousy 500. I can't disclose the information, but it's a lot of money. If you had a mortgage to pay, you'd be sitting pretty.
Might get you a little bit of the way there.
Might get you past the interest rates nowadays, but
LLC, one of our sponsors here, and they're helping you with a project around your house, looking to get something done. You know, maybe that chunk of change that we're offering up for that last Pit Beef will be something that can help you make that happen.
And I'm sure they do good work. I live in a townhouse, HOA, so I can't really get any of this awesome stuff, man. But I wish I had RB helping me out, but I don't have RB helping me out.
And I believe our stream is frozen.
It's frozen.
And our tech guy is not here.
Our tech guy had to go take a bathroom break and possibly go get more nicotine pouches.
And I'm afraid to touch anything up here because I don't really know what goes on. So I know you can still hear me. So that gives me some time to shout out our final sponsor, which is Ready Golf, a golf simulator and bar. So we all know that nothing combines better than alcohol and God's gift to the earth, golf. But have you ever thought it really sucks that I have to go to a range and then, you know, get outside to do this? Somebody,
working now.
You know, somebody asked me if I have games on my phone. No, I'm reading your comments. I said comments. I think that's embarrassing, man. On live television.
Ready Golf.
That's probably the second worst thing I've ever done as Israel.
The number one worst thing I've done is golf. My ADD can't handle it. And I'm not in the tax bracket to be able to golf, but I think Ready Golf solves this issue.
I think it
with
really
making
does.
it a desirable place to go. You tell me we're going to go drink and hit balls all over the place. I'm going to be a little questioning. But
one thing, how are you going to get there? You're going to take a car. right? Probably?
Yeah, probably
So
car,
what
yeah.
if maybe the interior of your car is less than satisfactory?
Mine sucks. I mean, it's got a McDonald's bag in there right now. I don't do nothing with the inside of my car. What do?
Where do you think you might take that in the Bristol area?
Probably some guy who's just going to shill me out for a lot of money to detail
Maybe
my car.
you should go to Automotive Interior Experts.
Forgot about them.
Partners here at Pit Beefs. They will hit you up. They will get everything right. They will leave your car looking brand new. Take care of all your interior needs.
And you know what they say, a cluttered desk is a cluttered mind. Cluttered car is a cluttered, I don't know, cluttered something. And you don't want your car cluttered because then, let's say you're 18-year-old guy going on a date. Do you want the huzz getting in there, seeing your car? No. Let's say you got to pick the kids up from ball practice. Do you want the kids stepping over all your bad life choices? No. You want to have a clean car to get a clean getaway. All right, so that's going to be Automotive Interior Experts. Check them out.
That's it for sponsors that we have.
Whenever you guys want me to turn the camera.
Yeah, they're asking to turn the camera away from us, and I just don't know why they would want to do that for such handsome individuals as Tristan and I here.
Yeah, the comments are talking a lot about my commentary.
They're also asking a lot about the array of drinks on this table. We got a White Monster, a Modelo, and a Coors. So living large here. There's also about 16 cans of Velo up here.
All right, look, I think we're getting right back into the semifinals.
Who are not a sponsor, but we'd love to work with Velo.
We would love to work with Velo. I'm not proud of my choices and my decisions, but Velo sponsor us. So let's get the camera back on the pit so the people don't see my bad life choices while I'm commentating this excellent match. Look at the crowd we got going on here. An excellent semifinals match. Joao versus Baby Joe. This is going to be... These are the two animals that when they decided to do Pit Beefs, we thought we were in over our head, but it looks like we are not in over our head. Baby Joe, entering Combat Sports, entering camera frame. I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
Was that 2 leg locks? All right, we are back.
Okay,
Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
We had an early guard pass from Joao into side control. Baby Joe regarding back to half butterfly. Baby Joe elected to pull guard, which I believe is a very smart action. Again, past the guard here is Joao. Great hips from Joao.
Joao has also popped the top here, letting us get a better look at him in all his glory.
For that, Baby Joe very calm in these bad positions here. I would say that's probably one of his better spots. Is his defense is impregnable. This is a very much awaited match here. This is when we were making the whole Pit Beefs, planning it out. This is the match that we were the most looking forward to.
A lot of experience here. These guys have faced high-level people. Joao with his world's title at Purple Belt, and Baby Joe with wins over some notable ADCC competitors. Stalling
Now
for
into
both
mount. Now into
athletes. Joao answers with a quick mount.
Yep. Okay.
I think Baby Joe's
Working
maybe
from Mount.
looking
His
a
legs
little
are
bit
trapped.
Maybe
Legs
looking
are
a little
trapped.
bit to survive this storm. Maybe see what he can catch Joao
Now,
slipping with.
the good part is about this is that Joe's already secured his spot for the final. So if he doesn't get the result he wants now, he's got a training camp ahead of him to try to get this win back. But you can't count Baby Joe out in this bottom mount position. He's looking probably for a kipping escape. Joao got locked ankles. Joe should look to get into the inside position here with his feet, looking to foot fight.
Looking to get that inside position. Not a lot of movement from either guys there. What do you think you do if you're kind of looking at this match from a stalling perspective? Who are you calling it on?
It's hard to call it for the bottom person because the bottom person, in order for escapes to happen, movement must be generated. So if you're on bottom and you can't generate movement, you cannot really generate an escape. Think about the person that's on top of Baby Joe now. It's going to be hard to move under such a guy, such a lad as Joao Paulo. And I think Joao's
But I think Joao also has maybe that experience on the mats to kind of rest here and know, I'm in a dominant position. I'm not giving this up, So I think it's going to be...
Into the first round, Joao in mount with the guard pass.
I mean, it's got to be for Joao there, right?
As a 10-8 round for Joao, solid guard passes, lead in a mount at the end of the round.
Not a lot of
Joao
submissions,
lead the
but
way.
just complete positional dominance there.
Yes. You got a bear on top of you, got a bear on bottom. Let's see who can duke it out for the final spot here.
I mean, who wants it? We've got a minute rest. I don't really know how much either of them really need it. It wasn't a lot of action in that first round, but we'll see what round number 2 has for us.
Yeah, Baby Joe might try to change his strategy. Maybe go from playing an inside guard, which allows faster flanking, to an outside guard. Requires more flexibility, but it stops the outside flank. You're looking at Joao's body locking through the butterfly. This is going to make it easier for him to hip switch past the guard right away, versus if Joe has his feet on the outside, that body lock now turns into a closed guard. So let's see if the strategy changes for Baby Joe.
I highly doubt Joao's strategy is going to change here as he continues to work his kind of, outside passing, move to the side control, try to expose the back, and just keep wearing down on his opponent.
And I've noticed Joao's mentality this entire tournament has been, you're just in my way, right? If you look at the way that he's competing, it's not, he respects his opponent, but he's not nice. He's a very aggressive grappler, and he's thinking, Baby Joe, you're in my way, and I'm going to make it to the finals. I'm getting that money bag like I talked about on Instagram. Very good head positioning here from Joao, probably forcing a front headlock.
We're being told he goes by Silva. Sorry about that.
Silva, I am so sorry. I have just been misnaming him this entire time. I just met the guy today. Give me some slack.
Maybe that's why he wants to meet up with you in the parking lot later.
Or he wants to give me a hug. And, we're friends. Good guard from Joe. Notice he switched to outside leg position like we talked about. Head and arm grip, trying to force his way through. It's going to be hard. Joe in on closed guard. This is a great position for Joe to be in. However,
still no danger to.
But however, Joao is sweaty. Silva is sweaty and doesn't have a shirt. This takes away a lot of the gripping factor of closed guard. I'm going to try to remember his name is Silva. People, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. Joe, looking to work a top lock here, cannot misalign his hips to get the proper angle. Is Joao going to call for stalling here?
You've got some people in Joe's corner, telling him Joao's tired, Silva's tired. Do you think that's accurate, or is he just kind of biding his time?
Joao may be tired. I don't think Silva is. I think Silva is trying to get good hand positioning to get out of the closed guard here. Notice how he's staying disciplined with his hands on the armpits. Joe doing a good job hand fighting here, trying to hand fight, trying to cut an ankle.
That's a stalling call for Silva on top.
First stalling call seeks
Silva immediately standing to address that.
Joe is good is these leg entanglements. Slips
Silva
out.
Flees.
Slips out.
Silva immediately into a brutal pass.
Right away.
Heavy.
You have to think, did Joe sell out on that leg entanglement? Lose a little bit of that luster. Back away. Joao takes the advantage in that tempo, gets the guard pass. I know in my personal experience, when I've gone for broke on a leg lock, there's that null period of, man, I missed leg lock. Joao takes that null period to pass the guard, getting a head and arm grip, sliding knee on belly here, attempting to at least, on Baby Joe. Always a game opponent, still fighting from his back.
And this is looking a little bit like last round kind of started with that pass. No mount here yet. Silva cupping the back of the head, trying to put some pressure on Baby Joe.
Yeah, this is a great display of dominance from Silva here. Round 2 going 10-8. Joe's strategy in that one worked a little bit better in his favor.
Still unable to make Silva look anything other than dominant.
Yeah, Silva's looking strong. The look in his eyes tells me he knows he's making it to the finals. Baby Joe in the corner, possibly gathering himself to see what is the game plan I'm going to use to try to take this win. It's already getting sweaty. It's already getting sweaty. It's going to be hard to attach yourself to those legs, right?
Both rounds.
Yep. It's going to be hard to attach yourself to those legs.
What?
Yes.
10-8 both rounds. We got to go right here. Leave it here.
Joao up on the leaderboard. I don't think he's going to coast to a win. I don't think Joao's going to coast here. If I know Joao, I know he ain't going to coast.
I mean, you know, there was a bit of that, talk with that mini money match, and then he showed us, immediately how fast he was willing to finish that.
And that shows me that he's always leaving something in the tank. He's always leaving something in the tank. And if he needs to bring it out, he can bring it out, and you're not going to be able to stop it. He is a unstoppable force.
Joe with the stand-up here a little bit. Maybe looking to try to get to the legs.
Gets into a shoulder clamp here. Solid half butterfly, but Joao has head and arm grips. Good sleeping attempt. Is Joao going to be able to get out? Joao gets out. Head and arm control, half butterfly. Good look there for Baby Joe. Good look there for Baby Joe.
Yeah, but it's also funny because it's like a little bit of a sweep, and that's what we've had out of this so far. I mean, Silva just continues to look dominant in this format. What do you think potential finals will look like?
I really think it's going to be Joao and Zach in the final. If I had to be a betting man, I think it would be Zach. Zach's had a bunch of quick guillotines. And think about the style matchup with Joao and Zach Martin. Zach has a fantastic front headlock. They're going to start standing. None of them's going to pull guard. They don't want to pull guard.
Yeah,
they're going to go standing. If Joao can get outside the elbows, Zach's back, Joao wins. If Joao stays in front of Zach, Zach wins. Let's see how Joe makes this guard work here. He's in a pretty neutral position. Joao doing a good job controlling the hands. Looking for a solid knee cut here.
You got to think, you got to dive on anything you see, Whatever it is, try to get exposure of the legs. He played some of that,
and what is
upper body attack game.
And let's think about it, Joao's been he is a world champion. He's been in those finals. He's been in those trenches at the highest level. It may be at purple belt, but dude, if you're winning purple belt worlds, let's be honest, you're a black belt. You're a black belt, and you can hang with anybody in the world. Joe, neutral butterfly guard.
Looking pretty tired.
Joao on the knees. Even if Joao got called for stalling the rest of the match, he'd still win from the 10-8 rounds. So Joe's going to have to go for broke. Joao, jumping armbar. Throwing a little bit of flair in there.
Maybe feeling a little excited to be seeing these finals almost at his doorstep.
We're almost here, and it is.
Corners calling triangle.
But that knee is in the center. He can't.
That knee is trapped. He's unable to. Ooh, looking to go in on a leg lock here.
Joao's pushing off the
Silva
wall.
Pushing him away. Not really anything
that was probably
in. Looks like Silva's going to try to kind of... He's going.
Baby Joe's probably tired and frustrated here.
Another little bit of that...
that would be a great time for Joe to enter the legs, but you have to think about what is fatigue playing in. With fatigue comes less pattern recognition. Joe, if he's fresh, probably could leg lock Joao.
And that will be it.
Joe, disappointed with the performance. Great job overall. We're going to have to give that to Joao.
Your winner, Silva.
I meant to say Silva. I apologize. Silva on into the finals. Baby Joe, great performance overall today. Silva, great, honestly.
And with that, we have one of our finalists. And now we're going to be moving to our last semi-final round, which will be Zach Martin and Garrett Wilt.
Luke.
as athletes get set here, make sure to go ahead and sub to Bristol BJJ YouTube channel. You don't want to miss this stuff as we continue to release it, because this is not the end. We're going to be doing pit beefs, you know, on a kind of a regular schedule.
We are, and let us know if you don't like the commentators. I will leave if you guys don't like me. I'll cry about it, but if you don't like me, I'll be sad. Okay, so keep that in mind. We got the match coming out. Beef versus beef. I think Zach, with his front headlock, has been showing good little hug here. Zier said, no, I don't want hugs. I want the win. Zach
been,
on
I guess 2 dominant submissions for both, right?
2
in their rounds.
Pretty decisive wins for both of them. Garrett in on the front headlock.
He's got that front headlock,
but Zach in on the lockdown, kind of a Bernardo Faria style sweep. I think this is one of Zach's best qualities, is mixing his fantastic wrestling with jiu-jitsu. If he's pinned on his back, he's just going to lock up both legs, try to pivot to a hip, get on top, or use to elevate and get that distance back to neutral. Okay, we're on a Troy bar here from Zach Martin. Looks to go chin
get the
strap
legs out or get in front of the head to really solidify that.
I've heard from the grapevine, if Zach gets a chin strap on you, you want to tap. So Zach, look, he's in this chin strap from bottom side control. Basically, and it looks tight because Gary has no longer started to pass. Most guys here are looking for a Von Flue choke. I'd wager to say that chin strap is tight. Is he going to be able to finish it or use it to heist up? We'll see. Looks like it's gone off. Looks like the pressure's off. Relinquishes the chin strap.
Back to this kind of half guard stalled position. Looking to pin the wrist to try and get some passing action is Garrett.
Zach has not been out of the fight, though. He's been attacking from bottom. If you put me here...
I mean, if you think about it, his last 2 subs have been guillotines. I believe his last one was from bottom as well. So, you know, this might not be exactly where Zach is uncomfortable.
And... again, chin strap from Zach. He's looking for that chin strap the entire time. Uses it.
Almost using it to sweep.
Oh, gets the guard pass. Is he going to relinquish the chin strap?
Looks like he's keeping it, maybe.
Might get Von Flue here. Garrett with a good, strong base.
To mount.
Oh, that's a tight chin strap. I tell you, that chin strap, that's Popeye on top. He's going to be able to get to mount. Oh. Misses the chin strap. Back to guard.
Garrett immediately back on top.
But you got to think, how ungodly was that chin strap to relinquish top position? How horrid did you have to feel to roll to your back to almost concede bottom mount? Hunter, you're not going to be on the commentary team. Sorry. Love you, bro.
Back to this half guard position. I think this is maybe a little bit where Zach wants to play, because he's been very comfortable getting into this position. He hasn't really looked to change the guard. He wants to get this half guard, get that chin strap, and use it to sweep, as he's shown before.
And the difference is so subtle, but you see how they're in playing half guard. Zach's playing half guard, but he's staying on his side so he can get that chin strap. But if he gets pinned like he is now, he can't get the chin strap. So the battle of half guard is, can I stay on my side? I can get a Kimura grip or a chin strap. If I get pinned like this, I'm going to have my guard pass.
Mount. You know, you're getting close to the end of the round, so if you're Garrett, are you thinking, throw up? Well, there it is.
If I'm Zach and Garrett, I see the timer, I'm coasting. So I can rest.
Both men looking like they've worked hard to get here.
Yep. Both men looking jacked.
Both men looking beefy, even.
Low Taylor. (10-9) round for Zach, just based off of the chin strap attempts from the judges. Very close round, almost dead even.
That is a 10-9 round for Zach Martin off of that split decision.
We did. Zach going in with a little bit of an edge, but even then, you may have to give it for Garrett Wilt being in top position, nearing mount at the very end. It's purely a positional versus submission-based judging.
Well, our judging criteria does favor submissions over position.
Zach pulls guard. Interesting move. Looks to wrestle up on a single, perhaps, goes shin to shin. Garrett, solid shoulder climb. You got to think about how much torque. In on a leg, in on a leg, in on a leg. That looks tight. That looks tight. That looks tight.
Garrett looking worried here. Maybe thinking about tapping. Oh, almost a tap there.
No, Garrett didn't tap. It doesn't stop until the ref stops it.
He's looking.
It does not
he's
stop
not
until the
looking
ref
happy
stops
with
it.
this position. He is trying to keep himself safe. A little bit of a controversy here.
Do we have tape to go back on? I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't see. Maybe I see a couple kind of hovering taps. Over the thigh area, looking a little bit like he's kind of grabbing that thigh area.
Hey,
we got a replay. Here, ref, let's see it.
We're reviewing that footage now to see if there was a tap.
Controversy here. It was.
What do you think, Tristan?
Extremely tight. You know Zach's.
You know it was hurting. Yeah. And that is the official decision as a tap.
Garrett, being a nice guy is fine with that. It was tight. It was tight. Let us know in the comments, was that a tap? Was that a ghost tap? We will not know.
I mean, I think if maybe he had one of those kind of almost taps, I would say it's a little bit more controversial. But the fact that he had kind of multiple taps, they're on different parts of the body, but he was obvious. He did not want to be in there, and it was painful.
We're going on to the finals. Zach Martin versus, I'll get it right this time, Silva.
We taking a little break?
Silva is up in the finals. Again,
are we taking it?
If I was a betting man, I don't have $1,000 to put on the line like Silva does, but if I was a betting man, right, I would say Silva gets outside the elbows, Silva wins. Zach gets that chin strap, Zach wins. There's a very narrow margin here for victory. I would wager say a very close finals we are about to experience here. Kind of hoping Zach pops the top as well.
Yeah, that would be, I think that would be in true Pit Beef's fashion. Now, we're going to be taking another little 10-minute break just to give Zach a little time to recover before we get into this finals match of Silva versus Zach.
And again, guys, this isn't the only. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Israel. My bad.
What kind of expectations? You've said the keys to victory for both these guys, but man, Silva has looked untouchable. I think. Have you seen any sort of position that made him look worried during this?
Go ahead and turn that camera toward us so that people can see us. Yep, there we go. I don't want to talk unless I see the camera. There we go. Now, what am I thinking with this final? I'm thinking overall, the day has been fantastic. I was not expecting that. Honestly, I helped make this thing happen. I leaf blowed the parking lot yesterday, so I put my effort in. But Silva, hello.
I think we've had just a really great day of jiu-jitsu, a great turnout too. I really wasn't expecting to see this many people, tuning in, but it's great to see the community come together like this.
And honestly, this final, it's going to shape up to be a banger. But you saw one thing I noticed. This just takes an intoxicated eye to see, perhaps. Is Zach, when he went in for Garrett for the first round, went for the hug. Garrett used that to the advantage to get top position. Is Zach going to go in here lovey-dovey? Or is he going to go in there like, wow, hot, heavy in the hand fight? I believe whoever starts this match at 100% is going to be the one who gets the takedown first or gets behind the person first. So you have to think about the personality of each grappler. Joao scares me. Zach scares me a little bit, but for different reasons. But he seems like a happy-go-lucky guy. Does he want it bad enough? Does he view Joao as, hey, you're standing in my way? I can't tell you. I'm not in the head of the grapplers, though I wish I was. But that's what I'm thinking. I do know Pit Beefs won. Is this exciting? Can you imagine how exciting the next Pit Beefs are going to be? I can't. Go ahead and schedule right now. Put it for next weekend. Get some people here.
I mean, one thing I would feel better about competing in that one because Silva's not in it.
If Silva's not in it, I may do it. But honestly, I may do the next one and forfeit my position in the finals just so I don't have to stand toe-to-toe with that guy, right? That's a scary individual that we're going against. That's a lot of muscle, a lot of mass on the dude. And they would say mass moves mass, and we're about to have these massive boys in here for the finals. I'm very excited for this finals match. I'm very excited for the next installments of Pit Beefs. Very excited that we have the pit here. thank you to everyone who made this possible. Logan for building the pit, paying for it. Kai for building the pit, doing everything. Me, you don't thank me because I didn't do absolutely anything. All the sponsors, everyone who's here in the building to kind of help out the grapplers who are here, coming to see the people compete. This is a community event, right? Like, everyone knows everybody here, and it's a beautiful, beautiful environment that we have. Everyone stayed here pretty much for the most part. It's an exciting event.
People don't want to miss this.
You got newborns watching the match. It's so exciting. I mean, I've never seen it. I can't even get my newborn to watch John Danaher, no matter how much I want her to. But they're watching these matches. I mean, people who don't even do jiu-jitsu are staying here to watch, and that is honestly what we want. We want people staying here. That way, they come back. That way, we have more exciting matches. It's just an awesome time all together.
You heard him. Thank you again to our sponsors, Iron BJJ, The Realm, Ready Golf, RB Services, Automotive Interior Experts, and Blended Peddlers.
And again, before Pit Beast blows up, y'all know it already going to. I mean, y'all better get here and get these shirts quick before they sell out. $30 a shirt. Lane 7, you may not know what that is. It's a distributor. Very high quality stuff. If you need a pump cover, get a large. If you want something a little tighter, get a medium. But the shirts are here. 2 dudes, 1 pit Beast. Before Flow Grappling offers us $1 million for the copyright of this, make sure you grab one of those shirts. Before we blow up and Craig Jones enters the building, make sure you buy one of those shirts. They're at the front desk. You're like, God, dude, I'm not here at the front desk. You better get here.
You know, Tristan, we're getting asked, what do we think the odds are for the finals? Now, I don't actually know how odds work. You know, I see like the plus 100, minus. What's going on there? I don't really know what that means.
Dude, I think it's like, if it's like a minus something, it means you're good. If you're plus something, it means you're bad, which makes first off, that makes no sense.
Why is
if it's a plus, wouldn't it be like...
Plus seems good, minus seems bad. Why is it backwards?
And like, no one looks at those except those guys who are addicted to gambling on Bet365. No one looks at the odds. They look at the person standing right in front of them. Is this guy gonna win? Well, if I look at Charles Oliveira, I say, oh, plus 150. Dude, I don't do math. I don't know what that means. I'm just here to watch. The odds, what are the odds? I don't know. Joao offers $1,000. Anything's possible. He offered me $1,000 and a fight in the parking lot. Zach hasn't offered me anything yet. He probably will after this. Maybe a can of spinach because his forearms are popping today. But over under, you guys are gonna agree with me. It's Joao. Silva, I mean. You know, Silva.
We're looking at this as hoping that Zach can pull something off. But just to be realistic, the difference in the way that those brackets had been run through, you know, Martin's journey here versus Silva's,
but you have to take into account, Martin's got submissions all the way through. Joao has technical and physical dominance.
He did have a submission, but that was against a smaller opponent.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I'm a horrible person. This is going to be a very interesting finals. This is not the finals that I was expecting. This is not. I'm just going to throw it out there. When I made the bets, before the brackets were made, I said Isaac Peak and Joseph Watson in the finals. Joao beat both of them. I didn't know it was like that, man. I just come in here to train. I didn't know it was like that. And Joao, he's got that knowledge. He's got that know-how. He's been in the trenches. He's been there before. He's going to be there again. All right, so we're getting ready to get the finals going.
Let us know if you've got any questions. You know, we've got a couple more minutes before we really get into the final match. But if you got any questions, drop them in the comments. Let us know what you want to know about Pit Beefs.
Or about us.
I'll talk about myself all day long.
He can.
You should get a camera view of the 3 cooks sitting back.
Yeah, so let's get a look at the judges back behind us. Man in the braids.
We're in the cook trench.
Man, don't listen to him. A man in the chair behind me in the braids. Never trained jiu-jitsu before. The guy in the middle. That's not true. A man who never hit puberty. The guy on the far right. You can't see his head. That's for a good reason. He's too handsome to show on camera. Taylor Vance, our kickboxing coach, MMA fighter. These guys are our judges. So you got any issue with the scoring? Dude, it's their fault, not mine. take a look at the size difference between going from the left to the right. Big Ben looking a little saucy with the cornrows. Little Ben literally scrammed in there like a backseat of a minivan. His older brothers are between them. We've been in the gym. He's not been really getting much going. There's the promoter there, Logan. We got Taylor Vance backwards cap as always.
What do you guys have to say? What have you thought about the matches so far?
I think Zach Martin's looking really sharp. Going to be a really good match coming up here. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Paulo? Silva. He's been entertaining throughout the entire course of the event. So I think this is going to be a great finals.
Thanks. You were useless. What do you have to say?
Whoa. There was some beef early on between Silva and Tristan here, so I'm hoping that he wins and then comes to the table to fight Tristan.
Yeah, we will definitely have to get the camera turned around pretty quick if that happens. Well, you're turning this back to us. Us, yeah. We're getting ready for the final match. We are getting ready for the final match here. We got Zach Martin already in the pit, ready to go. Zach, you gonna pop the top for us? You gonna pop the top for us?
I think we're out, man.
For the finals? We do. We do want to see your titties. Okay. We have confirmed Zach Martin will be popping the top, so we have that to look forward to.
I'll give him a hug. I'll be, hey man, here's the keys to my car. Who? Go ahead, fly.
Yeah, that's another thing. Paula did beat Cam Hurd in the finals of ADCC Charlotte.
I forgot about that. Cam Hurd, jacked. Wrestler, and Silva beats him. I mean, Zach pops the top. Zach has popped the top. He's ready to rock it out.
Let's get the camera on that. Let's get a camera on that.
The chest hair and the flabby chest there. It ain't flabby. He's just showing it off. That is a deceptive look. I'm a little questioning about my behavior. Either way, Zach's the winner. In my book. First off, comes in here, cuts the sleeves off. He said, no, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm taking the shirt off. Let's go. I'm taking the shirt off. We have the finals about to go underway.
Let's see, we had a question. What belt ranks are both of you? I'm a red belt in Krav Maga. What about you?
I'm a secondary black belt in Krav Maga, like legit actually. Krav Maga sucks, and no shade. Unfortunately, I'm a brown belt. I suck at.
And this is your reminder. This last bracket is 5 3-minute rounds.
5 3-minute rounds for a $500 prize. Hey, what do y'all think for submission today?
We have our athletes getting ready. Let's make some noise for these guys. I mean, they have fought through a stacked
I'm putting
bracket.
the goggles on, ladies.
And
it's
let's
the blast
get
zone.
started.
I'm putting the goggles on, ladies. It's the blast zone. And we got a lot of blasts coming this way. I don't want to tell you what kind of blast. We'll see. Starting in the hand fight. Zach, calm in the hand fight. Joao, calm in the hand fight. They know they got 5 3-minute rounds ahead of them. Let's see, Zach obviously wanting that chin strap. Heavy snap, heavy posture from Joao. You got this man standing chest up because he's proud, he's confident.
I think, a little bit of a slower pace going into this. The 5 rounds is kind of a big step up, I would say. That's a lot more mat time here.
And you got it, and they're thinking about that. But the ref, he knows, hey, y'all stalling right now. Y'all stalling. Just because it's 5 don't mean you can't go. Let's see what the look is. They're both reading each other. Forehead to forehead. Might start kissing. I don't know. Forehead to forehead. They're pushing each other away now. They don't want that anymore. Let's see what kind of ties we're seeing.
Very calm and collected here as they start to feel each other out a little bit.
Because you don't want to you can't make a mistake. $500 isn't a lot in like real world terms. Jiu-jitsu money though, that's a fortune. Yeah, I paid $500 to go compete in an IBJJF just to like lose first round. Right? This money is life changing. You could go to an IBJJF Open with this kind of money.
Yeah, you could maybe afford a
heavy
membership.
shot from Joao. Good foot sweep. Zach really hunting that chin strap. Joao keeping good head position here. Joao, if he's smart, he knows what Zach wants. Zach knows what he wants. Let's see what's going to happen. Heavy half guard chest to chest.
You know, that's where we've seen Martin a lot, though. You know, he's looking to get those chin straps, looking to get that, man, some mean raking of the face here by both athletes. Silva
Again,
heavy with
but
that
you
cross
have
face.
to think Zach is pinned on his shoulders. You can't get a chin strap if you're pinned.
Yeah.
All right, so he
this
needs
is
to
a lot
turn.
different. He's not on
He's
his
on his side now.
this
He's on his
time.
side
He's
now.
getting on his side now. He's kind of been playing between that chin strap or kind of trying to hook this arm,
Good
get this shoulder
clamp.
crunch position.
The shoulder clamp looks dangerous, but Joao's passed off of this before Zach relinquishes the grip. A calm and collected play here. Calm and collected
Silva
play.
trying to pin wrists. Head position there.
Good pinning.
Trying to staple for Silva. Got that arm in almost a little bit of a Kimura position.
Underhook
Kind of
positioning
separating
here.
arms are
Spinning arm bar. Is he going to be able to get out?
trying to get that
Joao's looking to make a statement here. Arm bar in the
looking
first
to
round.
finish it. Round one.
He's on supine
is
position. This is
Silva.
a great position.
Man,
He is
that
in.
grip breaking.
He's in a full
being tested here,
juji. He's in a
pulling
full
hard.
juji. Is
Zach
he got?
working to
Can
keep his
Zach
grip.
hold on to his grip
Going
for this
back,
last
belly
little
down.
bit? Zach has a strong grip. He's got a strong grip. Told me before this, 174-pound grip he got on his arm.
Silva maybe looking.
You got to think though.
Pause.
You have to
We
think.
froze. Round ends with no submission.
Joao with a guard pass, underhook.
Silva.
Grip.
All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Luckily, that coincided with the end of the round, so you didn't miss anything.
Didn't miss a single thing.
You didn't miss
Silva again,
nada.
making a statement round one, 10-8 round.
Getting close on a submission attempt. I think maybe he's really kind of wanting to solidify this and show, hey, I'm going to sub the guy at the end
He's not
just
thinking
because
about
I
this
can.
match. He's thinking about the finals of the finals pit beefs. He's thinking way ahead.
Yeah, he's looking at this as the first match of his finals run for the ultimate pit beefs.
10 seconds till our next round. $500 on the line. That's gas money.
Stream
for
needs to
Joao
lock in.
get
Well, that's not
back.
either of us, so that's not our responsibility. So they can't get angry at us,
Yeah,
right?
get mad at the camera guy.
Yeah.
Silva going for $500. Zach, not tired. Looking his opponent in the face. Let's see what we get here. Is he, again, can you break the posture of Silva? Can you break his posture to get to a chin strap? Mercy grips. Mercy grips. Zach in on a single.
Almost a takedown for Zach, but
Heavy
Silva
hips from Silva.
Stuffs it, turns him back in. Looking again, it looks like he's going back to the well, trying to get that control of that right arm of Zach. Maybe looking to spin around here again.
One thing I've
Settles
noticed.
for the crossface.
One thing I've noticed. Silva, when he's passing, he's kind of on the outside. But when he chooses to pass, he always passes. Like when he's like, okay, it's time to pass, he's just gonna pass you every time. It doesn't matter how good your guard is. Right, so that's insane to me. Is like, hey, you want to do this? I'm just gonna pass your guard. Right, again, working him out. Same modus operandi we saw before, but Zach's got that knee in. Joao pulls the leg out. Smart move. Again, neutral butterfly positioning, hugging heads.
Back on the head, trying to get some of those little cheeky
Hugging
collar ties in there.
heads.
Those don't do a lot, but let you know that
Hey,
hey,
I'm literally
here.
holding
I'm
you.
touching you.
Yeah, I'm holding your head and you're not doing nothing about it.
I mean, you can touch a man, make him worried about you a little
Exactly.
bit.
Okay, he's got head and arm
Head
grip.
and arm. Immediately,
But-
you see as soon as that posture switch, he slammed that head and arm.
But chin strap ability here. Can Zach make it work?
Maybe looking
Steps
to
over,
get sort of a butterfly.
tries to go octopus. Joao too heavy.
Silva too heavy.
Silva too heavy. My goodness.
I'm
I
gonna train this out of you.
Dude, yeah,
I swear.
Pavlovian dog response or something, man. I need to figure. Oh,
Just kidding. I slapped Tristan.
thank you. Needed that.
Every time
Front
he
headlock position.
mispronounces.
I think Silva's going to use this transition to the rear mount, as we have seen from the past exchanges.
Yeah,
Again,
he usually likes to go to the back. He doesn't seem to really prioritize a lot of these front headlock. There we go, right to the back. No hooks in yet. He's had maybe a little bit of a struggle getting hooks in here, but I don't think he cares.
Might go heavy cross behind the elbows. Might go heavy crossface to try to get a quick rear naked choke. Again, side control. Joao following, not letting the legs get back in. You have to think though, Silva. You have to think though. 3 more rounds of this.
Yeah.
3 more rounds. Is Zach gonna be able to make a comeback? Is Silva gonna get tired, or is this gonna be what happens for 3 more rounds? You got to think if you're Zach. you're feeling this pressure. Are you feeling an opening?
Into this
Same armbar position.
Same armbar
Can Zach
position.
defend it?
Maybe a little bit more time on the clock this time. Not sure.
Zach doing a good job defending it. Silva feels that. Might start transitioning to the back here. Good underhook
Flattens
pin.
him out. Just absolute masterclass.
If you're Zach on
pinning
bottom,
and passing
if you're
from Silva
Zach
here.
on bottom, are you thinking I got 3 more rounds, I can make something work, or are you thinking I got 3 more rounds, I have to somehow survive this?
I don't know. I mean, definitely right now it's just kind of seems to be survival is the plan.
I've not seen Silva get tired one time.
I think
breathing through the nose.
that if you're betting on Silva being tired as the way out of this, that is not a bet that I would take.
I don't think that happens from what I've seen. He just does, look, he's pacing around. Zach's taking
He's ready
a rest
to go.
here.
Yeah.
The mental games are still at play. Notice he's pacing. He's ready. He's looking at the time, seeing how much time he's got. Zach taking a seat, getting a water break. I don't know, man. This is looking like a very a landslide for Silva unless Zach can pull something.
He's 2 rounds up now.
Unless Zach is hiding something in his britches he can pull out to win the game, he ain't going to win nothing.
10-8. That was another, or what was the first round? That is another 10-8 round for Silva.
And the comments are saying he doesn't get tired. Yeah, I'm looking right at it. He don't get tired at all. He don't get tired at all.
He's pacing, ready to go back in there.
Like a dog who hadn't eaten in 3 days. He got a meal right in front of him. Silva, hungry for a win. He ain't eaten in days, it looks like. And Zach's standing in front of him. Silva, turn up the pace a little bit. Look at the head positioning. Look at the way he got into his stance. A little bit more aggressive here.
Both athletes. Ooh, looking for the arm drag. Ooh, but gets
nice
taken down off of it by
Nice
Silva.
reversal off the redrag.
And back to this
little
position.
bit more.
Maybe that's the first look we've seen with Silva with maybe more of a front headlock submission threat. He's usually using that position a lot more to go for the back. Ooh, maybe he's looking at that right arm of Zach.
That is a bad positioning for Zach's arm. If he could turn more to his side, to his left-hand side, he could go octopus, but now he's cut the corner,
Kinda
looking at an
that
overhook
thigh
arm
grip,
bar.
trying to protect his arm bar a little
That
bit.
arm it could be there, peels the arm out.
Now
He's gonna have to
this
work
north-south position.
He's got to
where
work his
Silva is
arms
cooking.
inside here. But he's got a shin pin on that forearm. Zach turning back towards him. This is a better look.
Silva
might take the back, rolling back take. Beautiful rolling back take from
take.
Silva.
Not quite able to get the hooks in. Maybe left hook is in.
Armbar attempt.
Spiderweb.
Let's see it.
Gets the win. Let's hear it for Silva.
He came here to clock in and get the work done.
Finishing it with a
He didn't even get overtime. He said, I'm here to get my pay and go. That's what I'm talking about, Silva.
Get this man a check.
Silva in the building. They said he gonna take the money. I said, I'll show you I'll take the money.
Man, he's still breathing through his nose, dude.
Silva probably lost more breath on the scream after the win than the actual match. Beautiful. Flexing for the
jiu-jitsu.
camera.
First, you gotta get that, Graham. That is our first
winner of Pit Beefs. Yes, sir. That's what we want right there. Silva, great sportsmanship. Fantastic work from Silva. Silva, hyped up. Ready, he said, give me another one. Give me another one. I gotta take everybody. Great work. We got Silva waiting for that one.
Yeah, where's that big old check? It's behind us. Yeah.
Silva said, where's my check? Where's my money right now?
We gotta get Silva a big old check here.
We got a blank big check. Hasn't been filled up.
Yeah, they're over there.
This kind of seems like something that we maybe should have done pre-match.
We didn't think.
Yeah, but does it have a 1,000 or the 500 already written on it? No.
It'll take 2 seconds.
We're getting Silva his money here.
What do you think?
Sorry.
Somebody, Colton Sullivan said Mini Money was his hardest match. How do you feel about that?
I don't know, man. I'm partial to Isaac. I think Isaac took it to him. I think Isaac did really well. Mini Money, I think, won the crowd over.
Absolutely.
And you got to think, if the crowd is being won over, it's going to change the perspective of what happens in the match. What happened in the match, really? Joseph gave it to him? Yes. He was game the whole time? Yes. But there wasn't much offense the entire time. And that crowd-pleasing spectacle goes in his favor, honestly, of being able to maybe collect wins where there aren't any. Not saying Joseph didn't win any exchanges. There just weren't as many, perhaps, as Isaac Peak.
We've got a dull marker here, signing this check.
We've got a transparent marker here for the check. But promise, Silva, it
is legit, and it can be cashed.
It is $500. It is $500. A fantastic showing for our first round of pit beefs. A dead marker has been the greatest loser of the day.
Let us know, who do you want to see in the pit next? Are there some athletes that you think could have a good chance of maybe taking a match to Silva in our ultimate finale later down the line? Let's go!
We may have to get an interview with Silva in a second. Do you want to do it?
I'll do the interview with Silva.
I got like 10 of them. Thank you everybody for coming. Hey guys, excuse me guys, okay? Yeah. My friend now translate me. Sorry.
He wants to thank you guys so much for the opportunity. He's really grateful to come out here and compete against you guys, some tough guys. He hopes he's able to put on some good matches for you guys. He's working on his English. He's looking forward to come out and just perform more and just compete with the community. So he just wants to say thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Silva. He may be a match winner, but he is a good heart-headed boy.
Let's go up Submission of the Night with Zach Martin. We have a picture for you.
Picture with the bands, with the money, with the Benjamin. Calling Benjamin Silva now.
Hold that smile, Cruz. We know it's hard.
We're also going to be giving away the match of the night, as well as the submission of the night.
You and Isaac Peak. Go in the middle real quick. I'll take
All matches of the night for first pit beefs will be given to Isaac Peak and Paulo.
Match of the day right here. Mission of the night, Zach Martin.
Again, guys, that was Pit Beefs. Let us know if you enjoyed it. Let us know if you want to see anybody. Let us know if you want different commentators. That was the first round. We got 3 more rounds ahead of us. Israel, anything to say as we go off? Oh. Logan, do you want interviews at all? Do you want interviews on streamer now? Huh? Do you want interviews on streamer now?
No, I think y'all look great.
Okay. We're not going to do interviews. Sorry, Rare Breed Central.
People are wanting to see Logan in the pit.
Logan's retired.
We're getting a lot of requests for it. I'm seeing it a lot. Commentators killed it. Do you agree with that? I think that person knows what they're talking about.
Pretty good. Tanto improvising. He's great improv on that one.
Who else was in the semi? Who else is in the?
Joe, Joao, Garrett, and Zach.
It's Garrett. Garrett Wilt.
So that is we're gonna get our. I guess we're not gonna get our
we won't worry about it. It's fine.
pit beef guys in here.
Wow, with the win.
You're in round 2, bro.
All right, Logan, we good to sign off? Hey, Logan, we good to sign off here?
Yeah.
All right, if y'all want to see anybody, let us know in the comments. We'll let you know when the next one is. This first one was a banger. Let us know what you thought about the commentary. Let us know what you thought about the matches. Do you want to see something a little bit different? I want all the feedback in the comments. I hope you guys have a God bless day, and it was a beautiful time here. See you in the next one.